ready.
It's the Treksgiving Holodeck Hangout. Sponsored in part by FanSets. FanSets, our pins have character. And by Outpost 13. The Trek Geeks Podcast Network. And Trekland's Portal 47. And now for a show that can't possibly live up to this music, it's the Treksgiving Holodeck Hangout. Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hi.
Wow.
Hey. Happy
Very
Trek
slick Ola, Aaron.
Thank you. Welcome to the Treksgiving Holodeck Hangout. And we came up with this idea a few months ago, back in September, 9 years ago, something like that?
There was
10 years
an
ago?
idea.
Yeah.
Which week?
To bring together a group. Okay.
Yeah.
Trek
To bring
people.
everybody together and all to bring some of the podcasters that we really enjoy listening to and people who might not be familiar with other podcasters, just to get us all together to have a chat about whatever we want. Basically, this is like a party. It's a hangout. Talk to people in chat, and we've got some trivia. We have some pins from FanSets to give away, which is going to be fun. And we actually have some pin reveals that we're going to do like in the third hour.
Ooh.
So, yes.
Break some news.
And it looks like. So, yeah. What I think we'll do is we'll go kind of round robin and introduce yourself to everybody, say what you do and what your podcast or content is, and kind of a little bit about how you got into Star Trek. So I think that everybody has the
first
same
hour. Okay.
You're right.
Let me tell you a story.
Yes, exactly. I believe that everybody's sort of laid out the same way on everybody's screen, unlike Zoom. So I guess why don't we start with Dan and then just go right to
Sure.
left.
Okay. Well, I'm Dan Gunther. My main thing is the Kurtratz Productions YouTube channel. But also the other main thing is the Positively Trek podcast that I do with Bruce Gibson. Where am I? I'm pointing. Nope, that way. Down there, over there.
Wait, no.
I don't know.
Thirsty.
I might be mirrored too. Who knows? But yeah, so that's what I've been a Star Trek fan for as long as I can remember. I think my mom introduced me to Star Trek by bringing home a VHS of the motion picture, and somehow that didn't scare me away. I loved it, and here I am.
That's great.
Oh, is it me
Brandy?
next? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know where to start. I'll start with my Star Trek history. I don't remember a time before Star Trek. My mother recalls watching the original series' first episode as it aired in 1966 and was hooked from that point on. So we've always been a Star Trek family. It was always a family affair. I knew Star Trek before Star Wars was a thing. And so it's just always been a part of my life. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Bruce. Anyway, I do way too many shows. Honestly, I do way too many shows. I do Infinite Trek with Aaron, which is on Saturdays on Twitch on Outpost 13's channel, also sponsor of the show. And I do the Unready Room with Dan, also on Saturday nights. We're talking about Discovery Season 3. And I do 3 podcasts on the Holosuite Media Network, which are What the Future Holds, Star Trek Discovery podcast, The Vedic Assembly, which is a Deep Space Nine podcast, and also, oh my gosh, my brain, Star Trek, it's called Boldly Go, Star Trek Strange New Worlds podcast. Obviously, we started early because we're overachievers. And and then I do some other stuff too. I do 2 other podcasts, one with my husband, one by myself, where I just talk about nerd stuff and the weird things in my brain. So yeah, too many things.
Nerd stuff in your brain.
I'm excited.
Weird.
And by the way, if I just am looking away or around, I'm actually also doing some tech at the same time, monitoring the chat, all that stuff. So I'm sort of your your emergency moderator hologram.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Still in
Nation-
EMH.
What's the nature of your moderation emergency?
Someone's putting spam links.
Yeah, I like spam. Spam and bacon.
Take two
Spam
bands
sauce.
and call me in the
You're
morning.
right.
I'm going to start singing that song from Monty Python if you keep saying spam.
Oh, no.
Spam.
And
I've never
everybody's
had
like,
spam.
what?
I've never had spam. Am I next? I don't know what order we're going.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Go
Yes, you're-
next,
yeah.
Bruce.
First of all, I'm Bruce Gibson. I'm a big Brady Bunch fan, so I'm the Jan Brady in this box, and I love that right now. Marsha,
Bruce.
We needed to do the whole intro like
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's Dan.
We're missing Mr. Brady though. But I'm on the Positively Trek podcast with Dan. We used to be on Literary Treks, and I also do occasionally Star Wars Report podcast. And that's enough. I can't do as much as Brandy does. And Brandy and I did live shows together too. But and then my Star Trek, I got into Star. It was a slow burn. My dad was watching TOS when I was a kid, and I would watch it occasionally. Then I started getting into the movies because I'm that old. And then TNG came on. Then I started reading the novels, and it just like went like wildfire after that. So, yeah, and that I was a hardcore Trekkie starting in 1990. That's when it really started. So this is my 30th anniversary.
This is my 47th because that's how old I am.
47.
47.
There's a portal named after you.
I know, right? I thought
I've seen
42 was going to be the good year, but no.
You're right.
Did you discover the meaning of life, the universe, and
Not at
everything
work.
at 42?
I did not. I did not. And
Okay.
Steve, it's your turn.
I was waiting for someone to. Okay, no. Well, Bruce already did the Bruce. I'll have to point the right direction. Bruce already did the Brady Bunch reference, so I need to do the Hollywood Squares reference because I'm Paul Lind right now.
Yes.
In the center square.
Or Whoopi Goldberg.
Or Whoopi, yeah, that's or
yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg in
Hyman.
the new version. Yes, that's very true. But yeah, so I'm Steve Shives. I do YouTube videos and I talk about Star Trek a lot. I also co-host a Star Trek themed comedy podcast called The Ensign's Log that is in its third season with Jason Harding, and also now joining the cast recently is my very good friend Dana Cole, and we just have a great time riffing on classic Star Trek while playing original characters, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, but I don't know. After hearing Brandy run down her CV, I feel like I need to work harder. I feel like I'm not
She
doing
makes
nearly
everybody
enough.
just tired. I mean,
Like,
looking
why
at
aren't
your
I making a
list-
video right now? I feel like I need to do. I need to be. I'm
are.
sorry. I'm Aaron.
You
I should have said
are.
I can't make it because I need to go work on some other stuff for my channel.
We're all working on a video right now.
That's
together.
true. That's true, and it's a wonderful
Yeah.
video so far. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. That's me. Thanks for having me. Hi, everybody.
Like Larry just.
What?
Yeah, just by my presence, it's implied. 47.
I guess it's my turn now. I guess.
Yes.
So I am Jesse Gender. Hello, everybody. My main thing is my YouTube channel, which is also surprisingly named Jesse Gender. And I do a bunch of like Star Trek themed discussions about like LGBTQ issues and how Star Trek touches on other social and political issues as well. And then also just randomly rant about other stuff that pops into my mind. So that's all fun. I also do a Farscape rewatch podcast with Council of Geeks. So if you like Farscape and you want to get away from Star Trek, I am going through that for the very first time. This is the first time I've ever seen Farscape. Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Heart. Bless your wee heart. Oh, I remember my first time.
Oh my gosh. See, the Farscape is so weird. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not an actual reference. Just someone has an Irish accent in the middle of the Farscape universe.
Jesse, have you seen Stargate?
Yeah. Oh, have I seen Stargate? Okay.
Then
Okay.
you've
Stars.
seen like the condensed version of Farscape into like one little blurb in that one in the 200th episode or something like that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say you're calling Stargate condensed, the like 10
No.
season show.
Farscape is all, but it's sort of like the distilled essence of Stargate in that one little skit.
Hey, as long as
Yeah.
I have more Claudia Black in my life, I am very pleased. But yeah, where I found Star Trek. Well, just to give a brief overview, I found Star Trek when my dad was picking me up one day, and he started playing the Star Trek Nemesis audiobook, and I was so enraptured by the story of Star Trek Nemesis that I was very excited. So really, I started from the audiobook of like a terrible movie, so I like right at the bottom. And it could only go up from there. And the next thing I got was the season 7. My dad bought me season 7 of Next Generation. So really, I was just going through all the best stuff.
Wow.
You're starting with the very best stuff first.
That's still to this date my favorite come to Trek story. Like I love that.
You're just like, wow, this is great. It's like, oh, you have so much to see.
Nowhere but up,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great.
actually. There's a couple of them.
Star Trek Nemesis will always have a special place in my heart because it introduced me to Tom Gloriousness Hardy. So as far as I'm concerned, and we saw Ron Perlman finally in Trek as a Reman, sure, but in Trek just the same. What's up, guys? My name is Kennedy Allen. I am one of the producers and hosts of Black Tribbles. I am one of the hosts of Women at Warp. And I am the executive producer, one of the hosts of Your Away Team. I thought until, a couple minutes ago that I was moving and shaking out here, but apparently Brandy is like putting everybody to shame. So I guess I'll just sit here and work on my little shows. No, I'm kidding. We have a lot of fun. All of those are Trek and named, obviously. Black Tribbles is more of a broad scope of things. We talk about everything in geek culture, comics, movies, video games, LARPing, whatever you like, all through the lens of the Black perspective. Women at Warp, of course, is intersectional diversity and infinite combinations. And the Away Team is an exploration of the cosmic African diaspora by 2 Starfleet temporal officers. Wow, nailed it! I've been practicing.
Nice tagline delivery. Yeah.
I've been practicing.
I bow to your promotional abilities. I just sort of ramble my intro every single time.
I usually do, and I was like, no more, no further. The line must be drawn here. Worked it out.
Lines.
What's up, guys? I'm glad to be here.
And John Dorsey in the chat basically said, shout out to Steve and Jesse who have excellent Trek contact. Several creators here I don't know. Always love finding more. Cheers to all. So so that was kind of the idea of this, was just to get people together you may not have seen before and connect everybody together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
An alliance of Trek people.
we don't have the capacity to add to the chat. We can't chat back at people.
You can chat if you're in the chat room. You can.
Okay. I'm looking for a place to put it
You
in.
have to
Anyway.
do it through Facebook or YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel on Facebook.
Yeah, I have the
Oh,
YouTube-
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Get out of StreamYard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
You
Wait,
can't
this
respond
isn't
to
the
it.
help desk? Wait a minute. What?
Turn your computer on.
Oh, okay.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Can I put
Wait
you
a
on
minute.
hold?
Larry said, computer.
Oh, that helped. Okay.
Hello, computer.
Turn your ear on and off. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is awesome, Aaron, and thanks for doing this on Black Treksgiving or day after Treksgiving.
Black Alert Friday.
Black Alert. I knew you had one. Yes. What a concept. Yeah, everybody. I'm Larry Nemechek. My marketing friends forced me 10 years ago into coming up with a nickname, so we came up with Dr. Trek, but it dates back to my earliest days in fandom, which is probably before all of yours. But I forever thank my 9th grade science teacher because I didn't really have family or anybody that they did not care. They just didn't care. So yeah, we found it on our own. But I love hearing people's family stories. So yeah, I was a bit of a fan, and then I was always kind of a weird fan that didn't go with the flow of everybody else, but I thought I did. So anyway, I was a background fan from before that was cool. and my behind the scenes making of Fan before that was cool. And long story short, wound up taking some of my self-published stuff that became the Next Gen Companion, moved to LA on that with the family, which was insane, and then spent the next 15 years kind of riding the wave there. Got to work on originalstartrek.com, worked on Experience, worked on a lot of things, the Communicator magazine. We redid the Companion several times. And then the fallow years hit, and I didn't know, I wandered in the wilderness and and started working on a documentary, which needs to be finished. But along the way, people told me, Chris Jones and others told me about podcasts. And I said, well, I'll do something when something unique comes along. And then finally, the Roddenberrys, Rod and John Champion said, would you like to host this show called The Trek Files? And we'll go into Gene's archives and do that. So that fulfilled a niche and an itch. And then since then, I started 4 years ago when YouTube was, well, YouTube to me originally was the free server where you put your videos for your blog. That's what YouTube was in the beginning. But and then finally, though, we got into it. I did Facebook Live 4 years ago when that was a crazy new wild thing. And then finally started multi-streaming to YouTube a little bit ago. But Tuesday's live on Tuesday, where I just do a topic every week and we do chat when that used to be unique. And then this year, the pandemic silver lining, I started doing a show with Dr. Ali Matu, who's a geek psychologist, called Life Support Live. And we go boldly through uncertain times. And I'm really proud of that on Saturdays. So that's a record, and that's where I am. And it's so great to see everybody.
Hey, I love that you're doing all this stuff, Larry, because when you add it to all of ours except Brandy's, we now surpass Brandy in numbers.
Take that, Brandy.
I'm trying to pare down. Yeah.
I realized I didn't say what I do actually.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, you everybody knows that, or they weren't allowed to come today, Aaron.
That's true.
Audience.
That's a fair point.
We all had to kiss the ring to get in.
Oh, you only had to kiss it?
Whoa.
We need to have a talk with Aaron later.
Aaron and I have an understanding.
I am with Brandy. With I kind of add to her podcast pile. Infinite Trek on Saturdays on Outpost 13. So at noon, about this time actually, on tomorrow. And I'm also the author of the official guide to the animated series. So you can that's my weird entry into the series. So it's probably even less popular than Star Trek Nemesis in some ways.
No,
I still have my copy of your book, Aaron, right up on my shelf.
Everybody loves Yesteryear. That's a new movie. Everyone loves Yesteryear. Yeah.
Yesteryear is a good title. It feels like a very TNG era title for something from the 1970s cartoon. Definitely.
I've always wondered how many episodes of Star Trek later in the years there are like Yesteryear. Oh, that's taken. Oh,
why? God.
Well, that's why you see in Discovery, like the titles for season 1 are like "For I Am the World Is Hollow," or like it's like 20 sentences long. Though I just referenced a TOS title that was also 20 sentences long. So,
and I think it's the second longest, right?
For the newest episode of Discovery, they just said screw it and called it Unification 3.
Yeah,
like we're not naming this something else.
But it is a sequel, kind of.
It is.
Yeah, and it's
years
also
later.
like really logically named too. I didn't realize. I was like, okay, I wonder what that's from, and then it took me a minute and was like, oh, brilliant. But I think the episode title that you all are thinking of is the Butcher cares not for the Butcher's knife cares not for the lamb's cry or something.
Yeah.
I remember reading that and was like, oh shit, this is not your mother's Trek at all.
Somebody was stealing this one.
This is far worse than Wrong's Darker Than Death or Night. Which almost Syra, but not quite. Okay, and then bang, they catch it. Yeah.
See, they did it. See, now that we're doing sequels to old Trek episodes in other series, now I want the Apple Part 2. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
Follow up on a bunch of these other cultures.
I want the Spock's Brain prequel in Strange
Yes.
New Worlds.
Yes. Brain. What is brain?
Brain. Liver. What is liver?
Spock's liver. That's great. That's so
Actually, that should be Scotty's liver, but we won't, you know.
His liver is gone.
Just
Yeah.
Ethan Peck's just like I.
Yeah,
I
this
hate
should be Scotty's
everything
liver.
about
I want to go back and look at the planets that were like Earth, like Miri and the Roman planet and stuff like that, and just see what happened to them. Like, you know, they backup Earths basically.
That is one of my favorite little weird corners of Star Trek canon, is that especially from the original series, there are so many alternate Earths just floating around out there that they never mention because now it's kind of weird. You know?
And no one cares. No one cares. They're just like, huh?
What?
I love it.
Existentially terrifying.
Do you
All right,
want
moving on.
do you want makeup on the forehead, or do you not want makeup on the forehead? Do you make up your friggin' mind? Yes.
Parallel Earth.
Yeah,
Save some money this week. Parallel Earth.
Spock is like unbelievable. Like, come on, like
Rent the Roman stuff.
Earth.
Rent the Nazi stuff.
Exactly.
Rent the Western stuff. Yeah.
What do they have in the costume department? We'll come up with something.
Well, the weird thing is going to Paramount, you see like, oh wait, this is the Nazi building.
Hey, don't knock it.
The Nazi building.
It's a whole new industry.
Oh God! Oh, too real.
It's just
Yeah,
for show,
I'm
guys.
gonna go ahead and knock that. I'm gonna knock that one. That one can burn. That one can burn. That one can.
There's a lot of innocent people there now. They have no idea they're officing in a Nazi building.
They didn't know.
Well, I love actually, like in the episode, you can see like executives looking out the windows at the top, and there's these huge like swastika banners.
Get away from the window.
Like,
Yeah. Oh.
Get away from the window.
And
It must be like kind of triggering if you were working there at that
it
time.
was
I
the
found.
60s. There were a lot of veterans that were
It
still.
wasn't even that long. Yeah, it's not that long ago.
Honestly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Sorry,
if
too
I
real.
drove by Paramount and saw that, I'd be like, freaked out.
I'd be like, oh no, that makes sense.
And scene. Okay. That one. Now, we were talking about titles a while ago. I started to say, so during the Next Gen DS9-ish Voyager run, Bob Gillen, who was the assistant script coordinator on DS9, he kept a sheet of like bad titles. And and he and Janet did it when they were doing conventions for a while. They each did a fake cover of a script. And he did a DS9 and Janet had a Voyager one, and they were off his list. And it's almost like its own trivia. It's like if you have that picture, but what was it? His DS9 episode was called The Masquerade, and her Voyager episode was called People of the Lie, which are both horrible. So don't worry, they may turn up. But he had like 20 or 30 on this list, and what's sad is 2 or 3 I wish I had a copy of it, I don't. But 2 or 3 of them wound up being used for real episodes. So if you thought it was a bad title.
Lie. And the fun part is it's not like a falsehood, it's like actual lie. Like their bodies are comprised of like solidified lies. So everywhere they walk, they just leave a pit of melted goop.
These are well now, Silverblood Voyager people. No, it's like they're not antiprotons, they're pseudoprotons. Ooh, they're pseudo.
Pseudo.
I just now have this visual of Picard trying to diplomatize his way into agreement with a person made of lie. Good heavens, the carpet.
Oh no!
I'll see your metaphor language and raise you. Yeah,
Right.
I always imagine there was like a big sheet of a whole bunch of Latin phrases with just like
Yes.
half of them crossed off now. You know, it's like which ones can we? Carpe diem? Can we have an up?
Is Carpe Diem too generic? Can we call it that?
Well, there's also tons of like future Zen, future this, future that. Like,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's somebody
Tomorrow's
just trying
tomorrow.
to come up with as many
Tomorrow's
puns
yesterday.
as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I always confuse tomorrow's yesterday with a different episode. It was
Yeah,
always-
that's only 79 freaking episodes, and there were 3 that you would confuse around
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
weren't careful. Yeah.
I thought this was
Return
that
to
other one.
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yep.
Which didn't even have anything to do with time travel, which is like, it's like, oh, you wasted
Yeah.
it on a non-time travel episode. Return to tomorrow. Come on.
You wasted it on a non-time travel episode.
Well, it was slow motion time travel. You're just found.
Yeah.
You could just do Return to
Time
Tomorrow
travel into the
too.
future, 1 second per second. You know.
Yeah. 1 second per
That was the problem I had with Lower Deck's temporal edict.
Yeah.
It's not about
Temporal
time
idiot?
travel.
Temporal idiot.
Don't want to be a temporal idiot.
Yes.
And that, I would love that to be Star Trek canon now.
I have a feeling that the Temporal Integrity Commission probably think that Janeway is a temporal idiot. That's probably fair.
Oh yeah.
Janeway is
there's like a
temporal
whole
rock star.
Yes. There's like
That's
a
why
whole
she gets
file at the
promoted past
Temporal
Picard.
Bureau. It's
I
like
wanna give
everyone
a
else's
shout
file
out
is this
to-
big and Janeway's like this big.
I want to give a shout out to Lieutenant Bodhi Cooper, who is also our moderator in chat. He yes, he played Lieutenant Bodhi Cooper in the improvised Star Trek show that we did called Night Shift.
Nice.
So he's in there, and he's gonna, when we get to chat, he's gonna check and see who responds to the question correctly first and all that stuff. So be nice to him.
Well,
we are
okay.
very grateful for him.
All right.
Yay. And Shar is also there. Charlene Schmidt, who has her own fantastic podcasts.
Yay.
That
Yes.
does
Yeah,
sound like
Temporal
a
Idiot sounds like a
Lower
perfect
Decks
episode
title.
of Lower Decks. Yeah. That's true.
I'm
My
like, I'm
favorite
making
comes from
notes.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making notes to rewrite American Idiot to become temporal
Yes.
idiot.
Oh, what was the one
Okay.
that we came up
I
with
get
on the
10%.
show a couple weeks
Okay.
ago? Remember we had you say tomato, you say tomato. It was like you say Orion, you say Orion. I think it was,
Yeah. You say sabotage, I say sabotage.
yeah.
Sabotage.
I say it's sabotage.
Oh, it's the
My personal favorite title this year has been like that hope is you part 1 with no part 2 in sight.
Not
no
in this.
part 2
What's
in
What?
it.
up with that?
Not in
I
this
know.
season.
That's crazy.
they're going to
Next
come back in
season, though.
30 years and have part 2, so they
Yeah,
can
exactly.
fulfill
Yeah.
the cycle of the. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because
Like-
we were talking like when in Discovery is part 2 going to come, but somebody pointed out like they did with Unification, maybe part 2 is going to be Strange New Worlds.
Exactly.
I was-
It's called a hook.
Ooh.
It's called a hook. You're supposed to wait and see.
Yeah.
But how can
I like
part
that
2
idea.
I like
come
that.
before the part 1?
Very
Because
carefully.
That's so linear.
It's production order. It's production order. It's not.
Janeway, what have you been doing again?
Prophets did part 2 40
She's
years
like,
from now.
anyway,
She's like, hey, robbing some Borg. What you been doing?
Saving the galaxy, no big deal.
That's how she spends her Thanksgiving, you know.
Erasing 25 years of history.
What's up with you?
Yeah.
How's your mom?
I think she hits people up. It's like, hey, we're going to annoy the Borg for Thanksgiving, everybody. You want to come with?
You coming? Are you coming? You coming?
Freaking the Munborgs. Yeah.
There's a cube at the edge of Romulan space. We're gonna go buzz it. Come on, it'll be fun.
Hey, listen. Seven just
Cube on the edge
realized.
of forever. Yeah.
Seven just realized she left a modulator or something back at her old cube. It might be over here. We don't know. You down to come with? Fuck some shit up or no?
Hilarious.
Oh my god, like they're almost back to
Let's
the Alpha
go.
Quadrant, and Seven's like, ah, crap. I think I left something back on Ocampa.
I knew I forgot.
Oh, you guys.
I really need that modulator. though,
Oh,
you
it's
guys.
the old Unimatrix. Gosh, I haven't been here in ages. Yeah.
Oh, it's my room.
it's my room.
My old
cubicle.
alcove.
My old alcove.
Like
Yeah.
my memories.
Oh.
The writers entered a temporal anomaly, so part 2 comes before part 1.
But that's, the temporal accords are being broken again, you guys. They just don't care. They just don't care.
The temporal
Be
accords are
interesting
going to
see
be like
how
the prime
they've
directive for the
broken
new show.
those.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that like Star Trek Enterprise is now circled back around to being the most important like reference point in canon. Now in Star Trek Discovery Season 3, just warms my heart. The
Well,
temporal
which-
accords get name dropped every episode, and it just makes me so happy.
I know, same.
It
That's
does
to say,
feel like
which episode? Every episode is another important, which is nice. I love that. They're for a while. Oh, look, they're referencing DS9, and oh, now it's all Voyager. No, now it's all Enterprise. It's like, well, maybe there's a pattern here. So
Only
It
only
does-
Enterprise is canon. Only Enterprise is
it
canon.
does feel like the creators of the new Star Trek show. I mean, even the movies, because there's all those Enterprise references in Star Trek Beyond with the Franklin, and it does feel like the creators of the new current era of shows were like massive Enterprise fans, and they were like, "Screw this! How come nobody likes this show? We're going to reference this every single chance we get."
I mean, that's what I would
Plus
do if I
it's-
was in the writer's room.
And plus, it's always
Absolutely.
fun to dig in the crates, if you will, right? Trek is a fandom that has not only so long lived, right? We're coming up on our 55th year. Congrats, everybody. But also,
We did
you've
it.
got
We did it.
folks who,
Yes. Okay.
you know, are spanning different generations in that time. So when you dig in the crates, you have to dig pretty deep to surprise people who haven't watched these series over and over and over again, because it's comfort television at this point, comfort movies at this point for us. So shows like Lower Decks are great because it's rapid fire, boom, 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 all these references as quick as you can catch them. But to dig in the crates like Enterprise, which is still a series that people are just like, I'm not watching that, fucking lyrics. You know, like
Skip intro.
No, no.
It bothers you that much?
You skip intro for every episode except the season premieres and the season finales. Really, what you need to be doing is sitting through the end credits, but I digress, because that shit slaps.
Oh, yes. That Arthur theme.
Most people have never given Enterprise a chance. They might have watched the first season, maybe, but most don't get past the opening sequence. So if you dig in those crates, that's when shit gets lit. If someone mentions the Zindi on Discovery, I am going to lose my fucking mind, yo. I'm
my
going
God.
to lose my fucking mind. And I already lost my mind seeing Voyager J and the USS Nog and the USS Yelchin. Like, I don't have much more
Yelchin was
mind.
cool.
Excellent.
Give.
The plan is working.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, Trek, you know?
I just want like a
zombie for
Zindi
it.
aquatic and like I want like a Zindi aquatic in a tank, just like going by, like zooming by in the background.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they gotta
Yeah.
go for broke. There needs to be a Zindi in Starfleet, and it needs to be an aquatic. Like let's see that.
Fuck the aquatic. We need to dig in the crates. The last black box is on Zindi, but it's in the aviation part, and they find that there's like a small colony of these immense fucking condor person bird people that
They could be related to the animated series birds.
Yeah.
Listen.
Discovery right now, Kennedy. You need
put
to.
me,
I'm
put,
getting
me,
you in that
put,
room.
me, put me in a writing room, guys. This is it. This is my TV right here.
Maybe the Zindi aquatics are going extinct, and Book is going to save them and bring them to a planet to save their
There it is.
Let's
would
go.
There
Let's
it is.
go.
Oh,
And he
Let's
transports them on a starship that has dolphins on it, and we get to see the dolphins.
Humpback whales. There be whales here.
Yeah.
There be
In
whales.
TAS,
Well, somewhere along the Avianoids revival, can we have the one that was too bad to be seen in the cage, that was only a shadow?
Yes.
Yes, because
Okay.
in my
Okay,
mind,
thanks. That's all I wanted. Okay.
I have headcanoned that as a Zindi avian.
But they said they were all
Absolutely did.
dead.
I
That's why
know
was
that,
hoping for
but,
like a little
but-
cave with a couple
but
eggs.
nobody goes.
But who
to
knew? Telosian
teleport.
zoos. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can hide their appearance if they want. It's only when they want somebody that they make themselves known.
I don't know. Come up with an excuse for some odd thing to still be occurring in Trek. I don't know.
That's never been done.
Why not?
That's never been done.
At this point, I just remember when Voyager was on the air and the possibilities of where that show could go, and how many people I had spoken to at the time, even though I was a kid, all these adults were like, it can never do this, Trek doesn't do this, and Trek doesn't do that. Trek has now done every single solitary thing that it once was told would never happen.
Oh,
So
well,
at this point,
hold my beer, says the future, but okay.
listen, at this point, whatever happens, as long as it adheres to, well, I can't even say that, because if they're not Starfleet representatives, I don't want them to adhere to that, because that's fascism. As long as it's got a badge on it if it's fleet, and Klingons still eat meat, I'm with it. Give it to me.
See, which we're gonna get
Nope.
vegan Klingons in Discovery season 3.
Yeah. Oh man,
Future.
Can you imagine how the haters would hate that if it was
Species
like,
Oh my
diversity. Species diversity.
Listen,
Come on.
though, I have
Yeah.
to say, Klingons can't be gluten-free, because as Elisa Pearl says, gluten is without honor.
Accurate.
But I'm saying, whatever. If they want to make vegan Klingons, fine. Let's go. I can see them. I want to see a
I think
table.
If you have violent Vulcans and illogical Vulcans. You can have vegan Klingons, just not a whole lot of them, but you can have.
I want to see someone with a ridgy forehead flip a table because this is actual meat, not seitan. Give me that, please.
Yes. Oh my God.
What is this replicated bird meat?
I will say, like, as long as Star Trek just adheres to like that infinite diversity, infinite combinations idea, I think it can really do anything. In fact, I would rather there be less Starfleet in Star Trek. As much as I like Starfleet, I want a less militaristic show. In Star Trek, Picard kind of has that, but it's still very much like, hey, look, here's the military veteran leading the charge. So, not that I have anything against military vets as people.
It doesn't have to be non-military to just not have the military be, or the military explorational way. I mean, like I've said, I mean, aside from all the things over the years, the last few years, I've wanted to, now that we're doing all this diversity of format stuff, I want a Star Trek West Wing.
That's that.
And then you can have 4,700 different aliens coming and going, and it's okay. You're not bopping to planets. They're all there, and you get the tensions. Like why the hell does everybody let Earth do everything? Which obviously now in the 32nd it doesn't, but until that time, I still wanted to see all the tensions with humans running everything or having all the good stuff.
My pitch for that West Wing show was you focus it on the president. You have the Federation president, but you have the president's doctor be Bashir, who is also the president's like pseudo Section 31 liaison. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think I've said this before. Like if they want to keep like expanding the universe and doing more and more spin-offs as the years go by, like I think like Star Trek political drama, Star Trek medical drama, Star Trek detective show, like just start hopping around different genres. Like I would love that because it's such an expansive universe, and they've dabbled in that with individual episodes over the years. You know, there are individual episodes. It's like, oh, it's kind of a medical show or it's kind of a detective story or whatever. But I would love a show focus like the Star Trek version of the West Wing would be fantastic. You know, or a show about agents in temporal investigations. Do the Star Trek version of, like
some of us are working on that. Shut up. What are you doing?
Being a big bad of the entire series.
Yeah. But I mean,
Lord, I'm over here sitting on it.
As long as it's a good story, I don't care. Like my tolerance for Star Trek shows that are different from other Star Trek shows is infinite. Like as long as it's a good story and a good show, I do not care. I am willing to accept almost anything as Star Trek if you tell me it's Star Trek, as long as it's good.
Yeah, and all those different genres, they don't have to be in Starfleet or Federation. Like, for example, you're talking like a West Wing. No. I wouldn't mind seeing a show like that, but it's on Romulus. Like, I'd like to see the government interaction on some other planet besides Earth.
At this point, I'd like to see anything on Romulus because of how far we've come without knowing anything about them. Right. How about it? Sorry. I saw a meme the other day that had a scene from fucking West Side Story, and it was like the Federation sets one toe over the neutral zone. Romulans did it. I was like, yo, they were. Are you guys okay over there? Do you need hugs? Like, what's up? What's the problem? Come over here for a minute. Let's talk. I'm tired of this. My frisbee falls over the side of the neutral zone. I don't need it to be an intergalactic incident, bro. Like, can we just talk?
Frisbee I'm going right back over.
Jeez,
I just did my thing. I'm going right back over.
No one just don't hit me. Jesus.
Get off my zone. Get off my zone.
Also, just I'm always confused by the neutral zone is like, it's 3-dimensional space. Is it like a 2D like where's the plane in space that the neutral zone?
I don't know.
I always wanted it to be a wall, a big round 1 parsec or 1 light year wide wall that was just like.
I just feel like they're always breaching it though, because the response time is too fucking quick. You're not on the other side of your part of the neutral zone. You're on the other side of my part of the neutral zone. For you to be popping up like this again, can I help you? Do you need a hug? Because you're real close.
You ain't supposed to be here either.
Right, Steve. To your point, I always thought it would be interesting to see like the psychiatric thriller part of Starfleet, right? Because obviously they have to have a mental health division in Starfleet Medical, right? So dealing with those therapists, and it could still even be a ship captain crew scenario as well, where they're like a traveling ship of therapists, I guess, and they go to different
mentally unwell. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, how much could have Deep Space Nine fared from having a therapist before season 7? You know what I mean? How cool would it have been had
they weren't doing so hot with us?
That guy, the Betazoid guy on Voyager that ended up being a freaking psycho.
Suitor, yeah.
Suitor. Suitor. You know, how much could have he benefited from something like that? And then also on the flip side of it, what do those officers then take home with them after they have a day full of sessions with people who have been affected by the rigors of space? Kind of like The Farm, but including, you know, folks who have, you know, mental issues as well. I feel like because Trek has done such a historically good job of presenting challenging things in a science fiction way and destigmatizing shit left and right, like, I feel like that would be a really cool opportunity for them. And you could still squeeze a couple new ships in there, give the space, the ship nerds they're
some
happy.
blinky things.
Yeah. You can have
Star Trek pain.
Right. You can have people who you know hate mental health, and you can throw a couple pew pews in there since people are used to it now. You know, you can make it whatever. I'm with you on that, Steve.
We're gonna go inside your brain
Doctor,
and shoot your depression.
Is living in the candle, and now he's my lover too. I swear, Doctor.
Interesting.
How do you think the candle feels?
I'm with Larry.
Candle
As long
doesn't
as
have a
they super glue
choice.
little blinky lights onto stuff, it's got it. Then it's Star Trek.
It's
There you
Whatever
go.
else is going on.
As long
I
as
made a
there's
gif
lens
about
flares,
that, like,
I'm
early
Lens
on
flares.
with Discovery, where people were complaining, "Oh, this isn't Star Trek," and then there was a shot with Michael Burnham, and like there's just something blinking in the background. I made a GIF out of that and just looped it like, "Hey, blinking lights." Are you happy?
Yeah, it's Star Trek officially.
Yeah.
Little blinky lights on the tech. That's Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say hashtag time for Teller Prime. You've got 4 founding members of the Federation. Who's the one friggin' member that you've never done anything with except have Can we just stop with the tokens? I mean, it's one thing to pull all these motion picture aliens out and go, look, they live. Okay, that's one level. But after that level, can we just like stop with the token aliens? Can we just stop with the the underrepresentation of some of our beloved species? Come on. It's
Like the
time.
Adosians.
Yes. I thought they were okay. I thought there was some. I guess I'm listening. I thought there was some bubble rumor about there going to be some CG Edosians, but I guess not.
Really?
I thought, like I said,
you heard it here first. I don't know.
It
wasn't a fan film.
No, I'm talking way back in 2017 or 18 or something. No, not the fan. No, not the fan films that have done it. But anyway.
Hey, I am liking my Linus in Star Trek Discovery. Linus is wonderful,
Yes,
and
Linus is cool
I
this
really
year, yeah.
hope we get more development of his and Giorgio's relationship because they clearly had a thing.
Oh, they're totally banging.
going on.
They're
I want
totally
to
banging.
see,
Totally banging.
Linus drinking some Saurian brandy. What?
Yeah.
How am I missing this? Okay. Anyway.
They're banging.
When he
for
was
sure.
teleporting around that one episode, he was actually just trying to get into Giorgio's bedroom. He's like, she invited me, and I don't know how to get there.
This is the side.
Actually, he's trying to get into Georgia's liquor cabinet, but that's okay.
Listen, she tried to put it on him that time, right? She was like, "Oh my God, your optical vision, your optical spectrum must be off the charts." She tried to put it on him, flipped the script, and it worked. So now he's following around her like a sick puppy. Why else would he give her popcorn? Who does that? You don't bring popcorn. You don't do spouse shit for fling. Right? That's a spouse thing. Oh, I'm keeping you. Yes. Would you like some popcorn? Here you go. Are you hungry? Do you need anything else? She turned his ass out. So now he can't operate his teleporter properly because he's constantly thinking about that one time with Giorgio and she can't fucking shake him.
Like Michael Burnham just walks by, like Linus is just in the middle of a corridor with like looking sad with flowers in his hand, and Michael Burnham, what's up, Linus? Like, oh, nothing.
It needs to be totally unremarked on, though. It needs to be in the background of like every episode, and nobody directly references it. We just get it that Linus is like has totally got it for Giorgio.
It needs to be Riker Troy eyes at the end of every scene.
But yeah, like nobody's like, what's going on with Linus and Giorgio? Like, no. That kills it. Just it's all in the background.
It needs to be Linus getting his checkup, And Culper being like, so, have you told her yet?
Whereas I predict that we will get those two on short treks. We will get that on short treks. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. We have Grace waiting in the green room, so I'm going to bring her on.
Oh,
Grace!
Oh, wait, not Grace. No, not Oh, hi, Grace.
So as I was saying about Grace, oh, shoot, no.
Excuse you.
Grace, fuck him up. Get him. Now we're gang. Women at Warp.
Yep.
If you have too many, like, if you have 2 women at Warp, do they like? Is it like too positive and negative kind of a thing, like an antimatter? Like
it's like a joined warp
Actually,
bubble,
it's more
like Enterprise.
It's more like a Voltron thing in that we just make each other more powerful. And if Larry was not in between us in the chat, we'd be like, fusion!
Oh, hey. It worked.
I'm Wally Cox. Okay.
You like went and crawled under and came back up. That was crazy.
Or Charlie Weaver. Actually, Charlie Weaver. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The evasive Larry maneuver right there.
Larry maneuver.
Okay.
Nice.
Just is that the maneuver just like awkwardly getting out from between 2 people?
Sure, yeah.
Be a lesson, virtual world. We just pioneered it for you. There we go.
From now on, it's
I'm
already
just so glad you got us here to teach me these things.
I want to pop in real quick.
Let me move.
Oh wait, Grace, catch up. Titles, unseen aliens, shows you want to see in Trek's universe. What do you not want to see? No, that's
that's what we were talking about.
That's what you missed. Yeah,
little blinky lights.
And I heard Linus
little
and
blinky
Jojo are definitely shipping from the green room.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They are.
So are we gonna
that's
get
where
like?
they're doing it. Okay.
Are we gonna get like the Trek Red Shoe Diaries or something here? Is that
I
what
really
this
want to
is
bring
gonna
up the
lead to?
word cloaca.
The Red
right
Shirt
now, but I'm
Diaries.
not
They've
gonna.
had that.
They've done that. It's not the same. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
So just so you know, Linus is a descendant of Janeway and Paris. Just saying.
No, those
Is
babies
that how
are
the
dead.
stories
Bruce, those
began?
babies are
Oh,
dead.
no, wait.
Oh wait,
that
but
would
there's
be.
a time.
They can't be.
Yeah, that can't.
Well,
be.
it's
That would
Janeway.
be
I say it's Janeway. It could happen.
Yeah.
Those lizard babies grew up and became time travel menaces. And just
Janeway
went
is
back in time.
I
tomorrow.
love it.
That's what it
I love it.
Hugh Mariner in front of the conspiracy wall. This is how it all works.
Also, I had a joke that it, like I don't know where I would ever place it, but I'll put it here. It's like, do you really think that like Janeway probably had a meeting where she called everyone together after Threshold and was like, "We're not going to talk about it. It didn't happen." Like everyone's just in the she's called the meeting, but she's not there yet. Chakotay's there's like, "Look, we all get it. We all know what she's going to ask us. Just do it. Just do what she says. It's going to be awkward, but we'll get." And then she walks in, and Chakotay's like, "Hey, Captain, what's up?"
Let me put it this way: anybody who wants to get home isn't going to mention this again.
It was less of a
they hired
meeting and
some-
more of a gentleman's agreement.
They hired some aliens
Okay.
of the week to come in and dress up like admirals to come in and tell them all not to talk about it.
Where'd these guys come from?
You know what
Just got
probably happened?
Some dude in a Section 31 outfit to be like, "Hey, this is forbidden knowledge. don't talk about it, or you'll make your captain real upset."
You know what probably happened? Janeway probably came back with all of her Delta Knowledge Borg hacks, right? And they were like, "Okay, cute. By the way, you broke all these laws, so we're going to take your pips." And she's like, "Oh, bitch, did I not tell you I'm the time travel queen? Go into the past, dig up some dirt, come back like, what was you saying about whose pips? You want to give me more?" I think that's what you were saying. I think you want to promote me past Picard. You know what? No one likes sending Picard to deal with the Romulans. I'll fucking do it, and I'll take that pip too. Thanks.
That's
Are you
awesome.
taking my pick? I think that girl whose test you cheated off of at the academy would say otherwise.
How about it?
How about it?
All she has to do is say, "I broke what laws? Yay! I'm on the Wall of Honor." Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have Ketwalski and
I was gonna say, so let's see how long we can go without referencing that Ketwalski showed up. Just make it
I think you should have just continued on. I would have
Make
said
it as awkward as
nothing.
possible.
Yeah, I think that would probably
We are
be-
now
We're gonna be
He's like the
remembered
Linus
for
Georgiou
being-
down there in the.
That's right. How's everybody doing?
good.
We're all good. Until now.
It's like awful now that you showed up.
We were having
well,
fun.
I guess I should just head out. I'll see you guys later. No, it's perfectly fine.
I
What are we
also love that
talking about?
apparently we're like now all standing on Grace and Ketwalski at this point. It's just holding up the file.
It's a heavy burden.
I know.
We're the load-bearing guests, I guess. No.
The load-bearing guests.
We're going to need
after all the
one
turkey
more
dinners,
to come
that's
in below
dangerous.
us.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to hold you
Trickle
guys
down
up here.
Trekonomics.
That doesn't work.
It wouldn't, no.
It doesn't work. Yeah, it
Trickle
wouldn't
down
work.
is a joke.
Well, no.
Trickle down Trekonomics, though. That's something different.
Yeah.
There you go. I got
That's
my
like when
Trek
you
mask
pass
on. There we go.
That's where you like pass a Trek-related rumor to like every 2 people you know, and that's how the rumor mill starts. That's how you get the good scuttlebutt. Like Giorgio
Listen,
and
if you
Linus
need me to-
absolutely shipping.
Yeah, if you need me to start some
In the
rumors,
green
I
room.
got you. Don't worry. I can take care of that for you real quick.
Well, we're
Ketwalski's
I
got
don't
the
think this
info.
fandom needs help starting rumors.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's a thing that we've already got as an inherent skill set, I think.
ISK.
That's true.
Right.
Well, weirdly enough, we are now at capacity because StreamYard won't let us put like 2 more people in where it would actually fit in this layout. So
We've built the house.
we did.
Yeah, full house. Woo.
So who's not here? Who did
Bill. And I think if Bill, he wasn't 100% sure how that was going to work anyway. So if he wants to pop in, either I'll go out or Brandy will go out, one of the 2, and we'll swap them
I
out.
already volunteered as tribute. Let me do it. God.
Just that I could then look at the
The
screen. and
effort
not
was
feel like
made.
I'm
Let her
not-
go.
Okay.
She's
So
got a show to do. She's got too many podcasts to go record right now.
That's true. Yeah, she's got work
yeah.
to go do.
That's
Do-
true.
edit while we're I think we can do a little bit of business here. We have trivia. Yes, we have stuff to give away.
Oh no.
And
Trivia. Okay.
yes,
I'll take it.
this is
I'm
going to
on
be a
Jesse's team. I'm just going to put that on there. Are we doing teams or no? No.
no. This is for the chat room.
No, it's for
Well,
the.
sure, it's not
for
skinned.
not for us.
Oh, excuse me, over there.
So this is. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to.
No
work
pressure, Aaron. No pressure.
With 3, no, I know with 3 different. It would be easier if it was just YouTube, but we have it on Twitter and Instagram, or not Instagram, Facebook as well. So
you mean we're multi-streaming?
yes,
Okay.
we are multi-streaming.
Okay.
We will.
Where
We're
is
a
the Facebook
cross-channel
stream, by the way?
event.
Anyone have
It's
that link?
the.
Guys, let him
yeah, if you
talk.
go to-
Jesus.
You go to treksgiving.org. You
Is
can get
Aaron
the link
here?
there.
Wait, did you just say the question? Because no one heard it.
What's the question again?
I was waiting for this total pandemonium.
Tribbles. The answer is tribbles. I got it. Don't worry.
Gav. The answer
All
is
right.
Gav.
Yeah. So-
Buck's liver.
Spug's liver. Hallback. Okay. Sorry.
I don't.
So these are
Temporal
what we
ink.
have. We have 5 different basically sets of pins to give away. So we have a question that's themed to each of
I
those.
feel like I'm in a card game. Okay.
And so we'll have a TOS, a Women of Trek, Star Trek Delta, which is just sort of like a grab bag question, Star Trek Picard, and Star Trek the Animated Series. So I think because, we'll just go in order of when it happened, we'll do an original series question first.
Okay.
That's a Paul Pan.
And yay, FanSets. And I saw Lou on
no,
a while
yes.
ago.
Yeah.
Yes, lose and stay tuned because later we have a special reveal of 2 pins. So
One of them's of me. It's just of me. It's a Jesse Gender pin. We all know it. It's fine.
all right. Yeah.
I mean, can I get a pre-order on that or what?
Yeah. Do I have to get
Bulk
behind
order.
that?
There is also what is it, the pin that's like the how many podcasts, when you get so many they give you a pin. So Brandy will have a pin.
You get a little
Okay.
punch card for
Okay.
podcasters.
I know where to stick
The
it.
Merit Podge pin. That's what it is.
There you go. So how we're gonna do this is I'm a little nervous about this, but sorry. We're going to ask the question, and there's a little bit of delay on all the platforms, so we're just going to let it sit for a few minutes. And whoever gets the answer in first correctly wins the set of pins.
And we're
Set?
not saying anything, right?
Wait, you're doing a whole set?
That was Bill's idea. He said that's how they've done it before, and that way we're not doing 26 different questions and having FanSets have to send 26 separate email or packages to people.
Sounds like there being a bunch of quitters over there, but all right.
Sounds like they don't want to work. Yeah,
Well, let's
exactly.
put FanSets out of business just by doing too many trivia questions.
This is also why I don't get any FanSet pins.
So no, wait. So those were the individual. It's not the set of all 47 pins or whatever.
No.
It's the
No,
different. It's the
The
five.
five different
Okay.
sets.
Okay.
Larry's getting upset, man. He wants to make sure not everybody gets his own pin.
I'm all here for basic Prime fandom. Hey, let's spread it
I
out.
want justice.
For the deltas.
Let's share
Larry's
it.
having a
There's-
gotta catch 'em all moment.
Now, hey, you can't pin this on me.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm leaving.
Oh, that was
No,
actually
no.
really good.
That was brilliant.
Thank you. I wear it as a badge of honor.
Larry
We left him.
wins the
Oh, God.
punishment.
Yeah.
Punishment begins.
We have
And I got it to pinna.
Oh God.
That one wasn't so
You
good.
tried really hard.
Okay.
Just go. Go, Aaron. Go.
What was the question?
lost control. I don't think I've ever had control.
Aaron,
we-
you know you can mute people, right?
And a good thing too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
I
do
can.
that.
You
Yeah.
can
Mute all of us,
totally,
man.
you can totally drop people out of this if they get on your nerves. I'm saying.
Welcome back to the Aaron Only Show.
People, I'm out of a job.
Careful what you suggest.
Just saying.
Be like that.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Be careful what you wish for, Lieutenant. You may get it. Okay. Okay.
All right. So we have the TOS question, and we'll give it if whoever's going to do it first. We have Ian in the chat room, Lieutenant.
Do it in the green room.
He's going to keep an eye. Yeah, do it in the green room. He's going to keep an eye on the timestamp. So we will. Okay. All right. So TOS. Pavel Chekhov was added to the series to capitalize on which teen trend?
Ding. I got it.
I know it.
But it's for the chat.
Yeah, I was here. I was here.
Yeah, I know.
I was here when you made the
Wait.
question, so I
Is it for
I
the
joined
chat
when you were
room
making the
when-
question. So.
Everyone
We're
pretend
not
the guest
playing?
is muted.
That's doo-doo. I want them women of war
Oh,
pins.
I think
or
I
the
just
women
saw
of track
Stephen W.
pins.
He gets the
Yep.
answer first.
and you have to spell it correctly.
Yep. If you spell it wrong,
okay.
you
Okay,
can't qualify.
Bruce.
Good addition.
Stop making trouble,
Good
Bruce.
talent.
Wow.
I think we got a couple that came in at the same time. Oh no!
I like
there's-
Sarah R's comment. Young hot dudes. That's the answer. Yeah.
That's the answer.
Young heartthrob.
Young hot dudes with wigs.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not wrong.
Yes.
Those
Young
are always
attractive men
right.
with accents, I think is what it is. Yeah.
We do have a winner.
Mhm.
It's Stephen Fothery, which I don't think I
Yay.
pronounced his last name the right way, but yes.
Yes, you
With
did.
monkeys.
That
Yes,
is
you
how
did.
he pronounces his last name.
Mhm.
Steven! Oh, get off of it.
Wow, Everton seems to know Steven. Jeez.
Text
Oh yeah, there are
Trekkie.
technically two answers to the question.
And his
although
podcast.
When they did say the monkeys and not specifically Davy Jones to start with. So.
Oh, and by the way, there's something that we should mention. Once you have won a set of pins,
Yes.
you do not get to answer additional trivia questions. We're not going to have one person end up with all 5 sets of the pins.
Yes,
so
Steven.
once you've won your
Yes,
set,
Steven.
You're
then
now
you can
handicapped.
just go
First they
away
don't
from answering questions.
Go to the
Well, when
take
we,
your place in the ring of honor. Yeah.
Mhm.
when we were talking about this earlier, I was like, there are 5 sets of pins, and Brandy kept saying there are 4 sets of pins. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, okay, there are 4 lanes. I get it.
I didn't explain it. I just waited for him to get it. I just waited.
I'm just like,
Got it.
oh,
Good
too
for
many
you,
things happening
Brandy.
at one time. Like, I got it.
You have to say it with the periods.
Sets.
Yeah,
To
Steve, if
be
you did
fair,
that,
Captain
I would have
Picard
known.
You're like, well, maybe on Andoria, but okay, fine. Oh, sets. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Novel.
Hey.
Oh,
Was that Andoria? Or was it?
That's-
Okay. Anyway.
No,
that
that's
is
Andoria.
Andoria.
All four,
Yeah,
four
okay.
sex Andorians. Why
Don't
they're
look
part
back.
of my,
Don't question. Don't look back. Okay.
A tiny bit more business. If you, sorry, I know. We are being sponsored
Hailed.
also by
Oh, yeah.
Outpost 13, Trek Geeks, and Portal 47, which is Larry. But if you could, the Outpost 13 YouTube channel is just getting started, and so if you are in the YouTube chat and would like to subscribe, it would be really, really, really helpful. So, and we are going to be having other things on there. Probably the Improvised Generation at some point will be streaming on YouTube as well. So it might become like the Trek destination.
Hit that subscribe.
Yep.
So that would be fantastic.
Even if you don't want to subscribe, it would be appreciated.
Yeah, even if you don't care, just hit the button.
Just click the button. What is wrong with you? Why are you being a jerk about this? Just click the subscribe
Tell him,
button.
Steve. Tell him what time it is.
Why are you being such a jerk about it? Just subscribe to the channel.
What else
You're pressuring the entire
Tell him what
chat.
time it is.
Now that everything in all Trekland is so perfect, they've got to find something to complain about. So now it'll be subscribing to podcast.
I don't want to subscribe to a channel.
Gosh, how many buttons do I have to click? 2?
Do I have to click the bell too?
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
I'm sensing.
Oh, don't forget the like button too. You gotta hit that little.
Smash
Hit
the
that
like
little like.
You gotta smash it though. You have to like really get it.
I starve if you don't. I only get food if you hit the like button. So if you don't hit it, I go without food for a week.
That's I don't like the way that sounds.
If you hit the
I hope
thumbs
you all
down
realize-
button,
And the
take
little
food
crumbs
from
come
it.
down. Yeah.
I hope you all realize that this is
Go
precisely
back to your wheel,
how-
Jesse. Go back to your wheel.
This is precisely how Giorgio trained Linus and turned him out. You realize that?
Oh my god.
She's like, you have to hit the like button, otherwise you can't leave.
Hit the like button, buddy.
Did you subscribe
like
yet? I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is the like button a euphemism for something? I'm not quite sure.
Oh,
This
Georgia
one
is
is hitting.
pushing my like button, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
That's what we always
I'm
called
saying
it.
here. It's
I'm telling you.
he's
Oh my
using those
God.
big eyes to find it. I think.
I just want to see it. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna, if that's not a short track, I'm gonna be really upset.
See, now
With most
Now
people,
I know
it would be a short
Linus,
trek.
Okay, that'll be a long trek for my boy Linus. Okay, don't disrespect him like that.
It needs to be a short track that gets enough attention that people are like, maybe there's a series here.
That's right. There it is.
Have you been following the personal logs of the Discovery crew in like Instagram and I think Twitter maybe?
Yeah.
I love that that Jet Reno is having to put up some sort of like buffer or barrier so people don't just transport into a bathroom unwanted.
Oh god.
Which I'm assuming is because of Linus. Like, I'm putting the barriers around all the freshers on the ship.
What's
took me a
the-
second. Like, oh, they made bathroom. Okay.
But what does
What's
it
the
do? Does it
learning
just-
curve on the new gear? I mean, come on, it's been 2 weeks even. They even said, oh, what's this? Discovery is actually relating to time periods? Oh my god, what's going on?
Well, like if you try to
like-
transport,
in 48 hours.
accidentally into a bathroom, what does it do? Do they redirect everybody like to the same alternate site so everybody will know that you just tried to beam into a bathroom?
You're put into the green room.
Linus would have accidentally like beamed into space. He's like lucky that he like beamed into a chair and stuff.
I'm assuming that there's
Into a
some
wall,
sort
it's
of
gonna end
like,
up in the floor like that one chick from TNG. She's
Mhm.
just gonna be
Yeah.
stuck in the floor.
Yeah.
oh no.
Ah.
There has to be some kind of backup or some sort of safety feature for that. Like, it's not
Yeah,
the
can you
same.
imagine
I
the
think at
safety
this
test
point-
on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, are we
What-
saying so if you get redirected when you go to a bathroom, does that mean there's like there's spawn points on Discovery now, like where everybody's just popping in?
I mean, they got that on Star Trek Picard with like all the teleporters that like with Picard coming out at
Right.
Starfleet headquarters. Like, what if someone
Yeah.
stops? What if someone just stops? Like, I'm just getting out and it's like, oh, look how, like Picard does. Picard just goes and like looks at things.
Hey,
It's like, oh, I dropped my wallet.
Yeah,
Oh.
get out of the way.
If you think about it,
Keep walking.
the real reason, Georgiou, asked Linus about his eyes is because that whole Linus can't get the new transporter thing is all Georgiou playing with his eye, his multi-lensed eye. He
I
can't.
was about to ask, do you
she's
think they use the
totally
badge for
confusing.
sex stuff?
Yeah.
She was
She's totally playing with his eye capacity for the controller. It's not a problem for anybody else. It's only Linus, and she's just messing with him so she can like
I want to
totally
hear
make him
Kennedy,
into
what do you gotta
hash.
say? Kennedy's got
Kennedy-
something on
Kennedy's
it.
got
What is it? What is it?
She was
Nope.
showing him things clearly. She said, "Ooh, what big eyes you have! Let me show you something, because I know you can see me." And he wasn't ready. And now he's fucking bringing her popcorn and shit. I'm telling you.
Discovery
Joe was
branded
like,
popcorn.
when's your shift over? I'm trying to see what that mouth do. What's up?
See, now I wanted to come back. I wanted to come back around, and like at the end of the season, Linus is like super confident in his like sex capabilities. Like, yeah, I'm a stud.
Oh yeah,
Slide is different.
Whatever a reptilian
It, like-
stud looks like, yeah.
Whatever reptilians, that's true.
Yeah,
because
Just
let's
like
face it,
Linus.
Linus is the nerd, right? Obviously, if he's in Starfleet, he's the nerd of his family. So he's probably never been referred to as a stud before in his life, let alone preyed upon by a Terran emperor. So you know,
Linus is the
like,
Linus of the group.
he's like, whatever you need, hun. Do you whatever
That's gonna
you
be
need.
it. You're the nerd in a ship of nerds.
He's never known anyone that liked being sneezed on, so you know.
Oh god.
She was like, "Oh, I'm into that." He was like,
Larry,
"I'm in love." He's like, "I'm in love." Obviously, and this woman
You
loves
want the
me.
damn show to push the envelope or not? Come on, people.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Reptilian rights.
See, now we were talking about different Star Trek shows. Let's get a like rated R or rated X Star Trek show that just like is exploring all the like sexual diversity of the future.
All I can think of is Klingon porn.
I'm thinking of the two diaries. This is an option.
I'm thinking of the two giant. Do they have ridges too? Do we know? I don't know.
Did we talk about this on Infinite Trek, Aaron? Was that where, or Brandy? Was that where we talked about Klingon two penises? Is that
We did.
I know I had this conversation.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time.
we did.
Yeah.
No, I think it was on the Vedic. It was on the Vedic Assembly actually.
That was
we
on the
talked
Vedic
about
Assembly,
that.
yeah.
Because when we had all been over at the Edge, we had an episode about Klingons in Discovery, and we strayed into that territory. And I just genuinely want to know biologically how that works. Are they on top of each other? Are they side by side? I mean, these are the kind of things that I want to
on
know.
top of each other. That is canon.
They're
It's on top. They're on top of each
Okay,
other. Yeah.
great.
one.
But
It's
there's
their
one
hanging town.
scrotum or two. Because
What do
that's
you need
also
to
a very
know?
important thing.
Is there a
I
reason
want to
you
know
need to know?
biologically.
Are you asking Star Trek fans why they need to know a piece of information in canon? Come on.
Yeah,
That's technically the second organ of everything is redundant, right? So it's there as a backup.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the warp core in Voyager that you never saw. So
It's auxiliary.
Are they like always used at the same time, or is just one in reserve in case you need the other one after a
No
battle?
wonder they're all about.
Well, I would hope they would both
I
be being
want
used because the other one's just going to be
Great
flopping
moment
around.
to
Hey,
Come on, let's go.
to be fair, in Discovery, season 1, when Lorca is on the prison ship and L'Rell brings him in to torture him, and he makes allusions to what she's doing to Ash Tyler, and he says he doesn't even have the right number of organs for you. So apparently they do
Little did he
use
know.
both of them.
Wait a minute. So does Ash? Does he have?
You're just
both?
assuming that's the organ.
Oh, no. They were talking about
Lost Grace.
the
Oh
Well,
no.
then how many does
The
the
organ.
female have of, you know?
Maybe
that-
Klingons aren't so narrow-minded in their use of all their organs during the act. But okay,
I don't. Larry.
what?
I guess that's true. They're very liberal down there. I guess.
Larry.
Look, I just want to know what a boring act of sex looks like on Andoria. There's
Oh
4
my
of
God.
them in the marriage, or there's 2 bored and
All
2
the Andorians. fuck.
talk about
Real,
redundant.
They take turns.
Or Denobula. I mean, either
I mean,
one.
let's talk
just
about
for starters.
denobulans. I mean, that's a huge party every
Okay.
time.
Let's talk about you and you and me.
Yeah.
Flox impression is A+. I know from
Oh,
experience.
don't put me on the spot for my Flox
Oh.
impression. Don't you do that, Jesse. You get
I-
out of here.
I
Go back
have
to Klingon dicks.
Once you've unlocked that Pandora's box, there's no coming back for this.
I love
stream.
how you have no shame about Klingon dicks, but it's the Flox impression that just puts you on.
That's right. That's exactly
That's the
correct.
bridge too far. Nope.
It's important to have
It is.
standards.
By the way, Bill is in the chat room, and then like in about 15 minutes or so, Brandy, I'll just swap you two out
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go.
because StreamYard.
Sorry
is
if I'm
weird
having
about-
some connection issues here.
We figured
Shared
you were
housing,
tired
what
of
are
us
you gonna
talking
do?
about dicks.
Yeah,
So,
you're just like, no, I'm done.
We're just talking about Klingon dick.
I'm out on the Klingon Dicks discussion. We're gone.
Well, the question is, okay, so did when they were building
Look,
the
if
prop
that
of the
was
two
where I
dicks,
drew the line, I wouldn't have lasted in this fandom this long.
Here and there.
I'm sorry, I just got a package.
Klingon
just arrived, so
Richards
I will
to
be
you.
right back. So you're gonna see me my pajama bottoms for just a second. I'll be back. in a
Oh
minute.
yay!
oh, okay.
Is there anyone here who isn't wearing their pajama bottoms?
Excuse me, I'm dressed like a grown-up.
I'm wearing jeans.
Hey,
wearing
pajama
jeans.
bottoms are
Yeah.
grown-up clothing. They're just comfier and warmer.
This is full on.
I got
You
brand new
guys
jeans.
realize I
Excited.
spent the
That's
24
what we're
hours
doing?
ago, I was
Oh.
a human
Is that what we're
Hoover
doing?
just eating like Pac-Man. So we're lucky that I'm even upright right now.
There we go. That's as high as that's going.
But can you blame that on COVID life? Okay, pandemic. Okay,
I was just
pandemic.
about to say, I'm surprised no one's actually in full uniform here. So that's awesome.
I thought about it, and then I realized that my
I-
office was going to get very warm with the door shut. So I'm like, nope.
I would like to, but a point of contention for me, and has been for quite some time, is that there are no Starfleet uniforms made for a lady of a larger size. They make them for men of a larger size, but not for a lady of a larger size, and that needs to change.
Agreed.
Yep,
Agreed. That's some.
absolutely.
I mean, beyond the fact that that's just wrong from a discriminatory sense, I mean, now they're just losing business because people would
Right.
Right.
Why would they? Like, that doesn't even make any financial sense, let alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
and yet
it's just
there it
a
is.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Unless
weird.
you know someone who makes costumes, or unless you make your own,
Right.
you're kind of so well there. That's the main reason why I don't have, because I would have so many. And
Yeah,
that would make
I'd have
some of
one
them
for
like
every series.
one for every series. Then I'd have a couple like extras for like thought purposes, because you never know. And
Well, who's in charge of the
why
Star
not?
Trek
Get the
store?
whole
Do we
set.
not know? Who's in charge of putting products on the Star Trek store? Between all of the 10 of us, we can't figure this out? Why can't we just-
No, I mean,
Everybody
if you're
just
talking about
go-
a Novos. We know who that.
Do we
that
really
would be
want to
John
name
Cooley.
names?
No, they want it in this
Wow.
lifetime. Oops, did I say that? Okay. Um,
I'm just saying that there is more to women's
With backpack.
uniforms in Star Trek than small and medium.
Yes,
mhm.
I don't know who does.
True,
the
and this
Ruby
is
stuff.
definitely
Yeah.
a bigger problem we have in the clothing and merch industry.
You need to
Oh,
just.
Both in just,
Agreed.
merch and the wider world of women's clothing. at
Everybody
large.
needs to
Plus
bombard
they
John
definitely
Van
up the prices.
Sitters.
Yeah. The
Personal
different
address,
prices
home
also really
address.
well.
No.
Yeah.
And ask for pockets. Remember, you want pockets.
Yes, always pockets. Pockets in the dresses.
Do you really
too.
want to be at a con and
Jean
not have
said-
pockets?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Gene didn't want
Exactly.
pockets in the uniforms. It's the future. There's no
Mhm.
pockets.
Look,
That's
we're
not
going to
true.
turn the conversation on merch and accessibility of merch into a Jean's vision thing. Then
It's the future. People aren't gonna have shit in their pockets.
People will have shit. What do you
yeah,
mean?
but at
People don't
con,
even have
now
merch.
I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! We don't even know that people shit in the future. We have yet
I
to
don't
see
need
that.
a place for my. Yeah.
We don't know.
There's bathrooms on those blueprints. They
On
shit
the
in
blueprints.
They
but we don't
transport it
actually
out.
see.
They
Yeah.
transport it out. I'm sure.
Aaron,
That's
were you
what
gonna?
the freshers are, you guys. That's the bathroom.
That is some gross J.K. Rowling. We just magic our poop away shit right there.
Yeah.
Why would you establish that in canon? Why would you go out of your way to establish that? Nobody asked.
That was actually an alternate song for the space hippies on Way to Eden. Imagine your poop away or something.
Well, and the Klingons
Oh my
have
God.
2 urinals in the men's bathroom for one person. So because
Yeah.
Oh.
A top one and a
Well,
bottom.
they
Are
just
we
have
still on the
two
I haven't gone for 5 minutes and we're
different
still on the
urinal
Klingon
cakes
Dicks.
to aim for.
We're on full circle.
We moved on.
Well, we're up to the Klingon Richards level
How
now.
it's circled
Yeah.
back, Jesse? I don't know.
Aaron, were you going to let Bill in?
I'm waiting
Does
for.
Bill want in
I
at
don't
this
think
point?
yeah, Bill doesn't want to come in now.
Wait,
I
so
don't
do
blame
Yeah,
him.
we're gonna
like a
see him just
conjoined
come in suddenly and he's gonna
condom,
be
or is it
like-
2 separate condoms. I wonder, how does that work? That's a lot of condoms. to go
I have a
through.
lot of questions.
I'm gonna go on
When I-
record with
that
this and
just
tell you
filtered
my
to the-
theory on that. This,
Okay.
and you can quote me on it. Double-decker condom.
You think
Like
a double decker
bunk
condom?
bed. Like a bunk bed.
Wouldn't it actually be called a
Double Dicker.
Double Dicker? Yes.
Double
I wanted
Dicker.
to say it, Larry.
There it is.
And be red, bright red.
Like Commander Decker? Is that what we're talking? Or Captain?
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Need someone in to call him Commander
Kennedy's got the
Dicker. That's
ultimate
definitely
locus.
happened.
Wow.
This is the co-host I have to deal with. That's the look Kennedy's got
Commodore,
right now.
Commodore Decker. Yeah.
Actually, guys, he was a Commodore because he had 2 lanes of braid with a silver in the middle. It was 3/4 of an inch from the end of the cuff, so it was a Commodore.
Hang on.
I still don't understand. Was Commodore
There's no
below or
room for
above
David
Admiral?
Star Trek.
He was, but not anymore. Okay. Hey, I love that.
Acknowledged.
That's my favorite guest star in all of original series. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there, and one of the only genuinely amusing Star Trek impressions that I can do is Commodore Decker from that moment of the show.
Oh, we should have a picture off.
Full frame. We need a full frame.
Impression.
Can you make
When they,
Steve-
how comes? Okay, Kowalski, how comes you're not? I have to do my Commodore Decker, but you're not going to bust out of Phlox.
I was saying, you got a
Sorry, you're
lot of
breaking
arrogance.
up here. Couldn't quite hear that. Anyways, are you going to do your impression or what?
Magic it away or get off the pot.
Okay, so it's
Nice.
it's from when they tell it's from in the episode when they tell him that he beamed his crew down to a planet that just got eaten by the planet killer.
Oh.
And there's like, and they're like,
I hate that guy. Planet
but
Killer.
Commodore Decker, there's not a planet there anymore. And he says, "Don't you think I know that? There used to be, but not anymore."
Oh my god.
He did it. And scene. Perfect.
Very nice.
All right. You should give him some pins for
I'll
that.
certify that right now. I was wanting you to do the McCoy go to hell scene.
The
Can you
McCoy
do
go to
that?
hell scene.
Yeah, when they try to relieve him. And
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Pretty much any of the scenes where William Wyndham is like playing with those data tapes and he's like spinning them in his fingers.
You know,
going,
he's Queeging there. He's doing
Yeah.
like Queeg's metal balls. Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's doing what?
The Captain Queeg, the boogie
Queeg,
scene.
you know, Queeg. Yeah, Queeg.
Captain Queeg from the court martial, where he's got
Yeah.
the 2 ball. He's about to crack on the court trial. What's the name? It's
But the verb
cane-
is
is-
court-martial?
the cane
verb
mutiny?
used here.
It's
cane
Beauty on the
mutiny.
Bounty, isn't it?
You said
Huh?
he was,
Is
he was
it-
queeging? Is
No,
that-
the cane mutiny, isn't it?
Is it a cane mutiny or is it a mutiny on
How
the
do you
Bounty?
spell that?
Queeging? Don't
don't know,
Google
but yeah,
that.
Okay,
I
anyway.
appreciate
You're
the
not gonna
number of
get this one.
people in this conversation that aren't getting the "excuse me."
Yeah.
Conversation.
Captain
Pretty sure-
Queeg,
What?
Pretty
It's a
sure
queeg.
queeging is why.
Queeg.
It's a
Pretty sure
queeg. It's,
queeging is why Giorgio can't
I
shake.
feel so bad for
Ooh,
anybody who's
she's
just joining us
queeging.
right now. And they're like,
it's like a fart. It's like a fart, but it's from a different part.
Because she does her queegles.
Yeah,
She's
Giorgio
poor
Queeg.
Linus. Can he handle the queeg?
She got her
I
own
don't
little
know.
ball.
Bad.
We get from classic TV film to alien parts.
You're the one that was talking about queeging, Larry. Okay.
Yeah, I was
I was
10
all
years
down
old
for the
before.
Trying to bring a little class to the place, and that's what
I was all down for my
God.
penises, but Queegs, I draw the line at Queegs.
I was 10 years old before I heard the term queeging. So I thank you for my introduction. You learn something new every day. And oh god, I can't wait to work this into regular conversation. Ooh, better watch out. I heard she does her queegles.
Yeah. The queeg, is this an official workout in the Starfleet fitness manual? The queeging?
I just did 2 sets of 20.
Yes.
This is a StreamYard.
This isn't wasn't like an all ages stream or something, right?
hasn't been for a while.
Oh yeah,
Like kids were watching. Hi.
That starship is
Like-
sailed.
like people complain about Star Trek being right now. It's not a family show anymore.
Yeah, if they can drop the F-bomb on Discovery, we can do it. I mean, what's
It all depends
No,
on the
it's not-
family.
That's
Yeah.
true. I mean,
Why not do it?
I mean, you know, if your
the
family is
language.
cool, then
Tilly gets
My
to
dad
cuss.
says the word damn.
I got yelled at for saying hell once. That was like my family.
I'm sorry for yelling at you about that, by the way.
Oh,
I got cussed
okay, I got
out
over
for
it.
cussing before.
PG-13
My
is
grandmother, my grandmother used to cuss us out for cussing. We'd be like, "God damn it!" She'd be like, "Watch your fucking mouth." Like, confused.
no, I got in trouble in grade school for telling another kid to piss off because I heard it so casually at home that I didn't realize it was a bad word.
Nice.
And so then they reported me to the playground monitor, and she said Grace would never say a thing like that. And all these like 7-year-old boys are looking at me like, this bitch right here.
see, my experience with that is I learned with them. I knew the middle finger was a bad thing, but I didn't know what it meant at all. So I spent an entire day in like kindergarten or first grade just giving the middle finger to everybody, not knowing what it was.
Hell yeah.
And finally, one of my friends just, like went and told the teacher, and she just like had to sit me down. It's like, Jesse, what are you doing? And now there's music.
I like how you were telling the story about how you did the middle finger in kindergarten, but for the stream with adults, you were like holding.
Yeah, like, this is for you, Kowalski. This right here is for you.
It was
This
a
is for
different
you.
era.
I don't know.
Different era.
Yeah, different era. Yeah, right.
Like, I'm an adult. I don't need to go around flipping people off, Kowalski. I don't know about
Well, you know, that's what we're doing over here at the channel, so that's what we do.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
though,
I know your standards have gotten lower over there.
in our intro, when everyone was waving very pleasantly, I had the urge to be like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." But I didn't want
Sarcastic
people to
Vulcan
think
salute
that-
now.
Yeah, that's sarcastic.
So we gotta wonder in the future of Star Trek, have they developed any new dirty hand gestures?
Yeah, the
'Cause
sarcastic.
I would like
Don't
to
give
think
me
they
that
have.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had that one poster for
One-
Discovery where the Vulcan hands were going like this, which I thought was very sexual in
yeah.
nature. So maybe that's something. Maybe that's
Oh,
like a
definitely.
Well, even
pom-pom.
this is like
Oh, I
Vulcan
thought it
scissors.
was
touching the
really
finger.
Throwback
Yeah.
80s. Okay.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what they-
very aggressive. Yeah.
That's what they mean by the Spocker.
Well-
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the
Well,
sponsor.
and
Yeah.
my favorite was there was a robot chicken Star Trek sketch where Spock was beaming
Yes.
out and he did the Vulcan hand salute and then he grabbed his crotch with the other hand and went like that.
Yeah. Why don't we don't have enough sassy teenage Vulcans out there with that haven't really developed their logic just yet? They're just kind of like, you know, doing whatever. We need some of that. We
Maybe
need
that's
that.
what that Vulcan eyebrow raise Spock was always doing was. That was actually like the Vulcan version of.
It's like,
So anytime someone on the
show
bridge
me-
says
show me
something
how
bad,
it
he's like,
works. Show me how it works with this Archer and Suliban doll. Let's figure out like how that.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Good heavens.
Is that Suliban doll anatomically correct? I mean, does everything stretch?
I mean, he does have a distinct bulge in his crotch if you look close.
Well, I can see it from
There's
here.
a-
Oh my. Oh.
That will
Hold
never
on,
slide
hold
under a
on.
door, kids.
They
Okay.
have dicks as well. Is that what's going on? What is that?
Wait a minute,
Why is
wait a
he
minute. Let me
screaming?
hold on now. Wait a minute.
You know, I have that.
bring up the
before.
camera again,
I've never
Jesse.
done
It
one on
needs
there.
further examination.
Okay.
And they did
No,
like
Archer does have a good
Okay.
badonkadonk. Look at that. Look at that.
He's doing a
Look at
squat.
Archer.
Yeah,
Donkey
Angela
Kong
has
on that
always
thing.
had an
That's the ass of a water
True.
polo player right there.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
You could have went
The
pro
ass
if it
of a
wasn't for that
quantum
accident.
leaper right
Up, I
there.
say quantum
That's
booty.
the ass of a quantum leaper for sure.
Quantum booty.
Yeah.
Just quantum squats. He's got the quantum booty to prove it.
As Robert said, this is just match game 75 after they came back from lunch. And by lunch, I mean beverages.
Yeah.
The Friday taping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Match game, the game show that was barely a game show. It's just totally an excuse for
Treksgiving
drunks
Holodeck
to hang
Hangout
out
show
and
that was
out.
barely a show.
Well, at least we're past the point where we had the number of people that had like the Hollywood Squares thing going on, and we weren't forcing Larry into a Paul Lynde impression or anything.
But
I know. I would might do Charlie Weaver, but that's all. Here,
I am gonna swap Brandy. Oh, what is that?
it's Bogart playing Captain Queeg in K Mutiny with his little metallic balls, ball bearings.
Well,
See?
That is
now,
very
now that Larry's given
That
us
is
the
very
DMCA
true.
takedown.
Okay.
Still
Yes, it was.
Rolling a pair of balls.
But it
close
was
to
like
his lap
1950
there, you guys.
That was 57. That's all they could do. But
He's Peter Loring
about
with
to have
like
a
the
breakdown.
walking stick and.
that was William Wyndham's homage. In come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Larry just show us all his queeg, guys? Did that just happen?
Yeah, he just tweaked on camera.
Did he just queeg on camera, guys?
Oh my God! I could never hope to out-Queeg Bogey. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
don't Bogart that Queeg.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Joke, yes.
Okay.
Guys, I think we need to make merch
On that
of that specifically to raise
Yes.
money for this next year or something.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And listen, only Bogart could wait. Only Queeg could Bogart a ball bearing. Okay, well that blew up. Okay, forget
One
that.
of the things that I'd like to do with this is like, I do want to make it like if this worked out, which it seems like it is, that I want to make it a more like a quarterly thing or a bi-monthly or something like that. Yeah, and possibly use it to also raise money for causes because we can get more people involved. And,
that's so
and
nice.
So yeah, I do want to have some altruistic things behind it besides just talking about Star Trek
Altruism?
sex stuff.
In-
Yes, I know.
In Trek?
I know.
Aside from the double
Trek
dick.
is
It's an altruism, but not
in
an
a part of.
altruism.
I don't know.
Okay, I had to say that it's the NCC 17.
That's good.
Yes, that's it.
All
That's
right.
the joke.
Somebody better copyright
how
that.
did I know
Never seen that
I'm
show
gonna-
before. That's
Yeah,
great.
I'm going to swap
No
Brandy
bloody-
out with Bill, if that's okay, and then we'll swap you back
Right.
again if that works out. Okay.
Brandy.
Okay.
Or if somebody else would like to leave or needs to leave, we can do that.
Okay. When Brandy comes back for this podcast.
She's not.
Bruce is now
Oh, Brandy. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
working now.
What am I, Rosemary now? What? Okay. Okay.
I would just slowly rotating
yeah,
around the circle.
You're Jan.
So funny.
No, you're.
I don't know. I've never.
No, you're Bobby. I mean Peter.
It's
Sorry.
like
Peter.
it's like Jonathan Frakes in Futurama, where he's like, "Yeah, front
Yes.
row." Finally.
My favorite Futurama joke.
Yeah.
My
So
favorite
good.
Futurama joke is when Jonathan Frakes' head jumps to the front and goes, "All right."
You know Frakes fucking loved doing
I know. I
that.
never thought I'd say this, but come rescue us, Bill. Okay.
Put this stream back on track. We're giving.
I just got a notice that Trek Geeks is removing their
Save us.
sponsorship.
It's all Paramount. It's all Paramount TV. Dum 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 dum.
Back on track.
Star Wars.
If I had any idea that I was going to warn actual Trek Geek sponsors that Trek Geeks After Dark would be occurring at 3:00 in the afternoon Eastern time, I would have started drinking well before this.
Well,
It's
that's on
dark
you.
somewhere on the world.
Yeah,
You should
unfortunately.
be proud.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah,
be
I can
proud.
just see Lou going into a silent rage out there silently over this. Yeah.
I know. It's like, well, actually, we do need to do more trivia soon. Too.
Yes, let's do more trivia.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Bill.
Hi.
Hey, Bill.
Bill.
Bill, explain who you are.
Yeah, who are
Who
you?
might not know.
Please. And to your family.
Yes, they need to know who I am. I am the lovely and talented Bill Smith, the less talented part of the Trek Geeks podcast and the co-founder of the Trek Geeks podcast network, on which Infinite Trek is on our
Welcome to
network
our
at
funny
least
farm.
Was
till
formerly a
tomorrow.
member.
Was. I lost control. I did try.
Control is kind of a nebulous thing with this group, and that's I understand. that.
Yeah.
Where's the
Entire
override?
season.
Where's
We
the
don't do
override?
control here, okay? That was Discovery season 2. That's gone.
Yeah.
All right, we're done
No,
with
no more control.
We're done with control.
Missed it by that much. Okay.
All right, so Larry has gone from the Kane Mutiny to Get Smart. That's fantastic.
Because we're talking about anything but Star Trek on this show.
I'm not
Yeah.
wearing my shoe cone, unfortunately. I can't.
Oh.
So, do we want to do one more, another trivia? We have 5
Yeah.
sets together. We've given
No.
away one.
No.
Okay.
More trivia.
Do more trivia. I'm out. I quit.
This is too highbrow a show to stoop to trivia.
I know. Well, the next set, and I'll bring up the photos of what we have. I think the next is the animated series.
Never heard of it.
I know. It's this obscure thing that, it's
So like
great if somebody
Lower
wrote a
Decks?
book about
Is
it.
that- No.
Yeah, Lower Decks.
You're
Awesome.
talking about Lower Decks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all better put some respect on the animated series in this chat.
I was about to say, y'all better watch
Y'all
it.
better put some.
Aaron's about to.
Look, I want my 20-foot Spock as much as the next gal. So
That-
let's
you talking
get
about
that
Big
right in
Spock?
canon.
BS. Okay. All right,
2.
that's what we
Yes.
like.
Now Vulcans only have one of everything, so you know. Okay.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, but that
I'm out
Pon
now.
Farr, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Quality,
we
not
I don't know if I
quantity.
want to wait 7 years, though, for Spock to show me any interest.
It's a balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of terror?
All right.
Balance.
So,
I can't pun like
heads up
that.
to,
It's 7 years of teasing, Jesse. Okay, so you better just buckle up. It's a long haul. Okay.
Getting
is
from
that
there
like
to here.
Extreme tantric sex right there. Just the 7 years of teasing up
That's right.
until.
That's right.
Oh my god, is that why
actual
all
act.
Star Trek shows last 7 years? Is because that's just how they don't want to deal with Pon Farr?
It's just one orgasm to the next. That's the whole show.
Extreme
my
Tantrics,
God.
Grace. That was the original ET on Vulcan. But, okay.
Aaron isn't allowed to answer. No, I'm not allowed to answer. I also came up with the question. So,
Okay.
I was just wondering if you're allowed to talk.
no, I'm not apparently. So,
No.
look, I'm going to be ready in the chat room, Ian. I am going to give the question, and then we're going to give a little bit of time because there's always lag and everything catching up. So the question is,
Chat alert.
Chat alert.
Dun,
Chat
dun, dun.
alert. In the TAS episode, The Practical Joker, what did the computer have printed on the back of Captain Kirk's uniform tunic?
That's an easy
I
one.
knew that what you were going to say. The minute you said Practical Joker, I'm like, you're going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
I have
sponsored
hard
by
ones,
Portal
but I-
47.
I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that
I was
shirt
warned not
too,
to
by
do
the way.
something too terribly.
I would wear the hell out of
Hard.
that shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, why is that not on the Star Trek store?
Somebody get John Van Sitters on the
don't we-
phone.
Just everybody get your good gold
Never
Kirk
have
shirt and
merch
just
that we crave.
write it on there.
I did see that at a convention once. Somebody had
Monkeys.
That in the back.
I would hope in 55 years someone has done that. That
I'm
cosplay
sure
is
it's on an
canon.
Etsy- It's on an Etsy store.
Well, for an easy, yeah, it's true.
Okay, Steven, again, kiss ass.
For an easy answer, apparently we haven't got anybody yet.
I thought that would be the one.
There
that
it
I
is.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
there we got
Christy
one.
Oh,
Yep.
I see one.
Yeah, I see it.
I think. Yep. I think that's it. We'll see. Sometimes, apparently, in the back end of StreamYard, they're not exactly the same order as in the chat room, so that's why I have Ian out there watching as well. Yes, somebody did. On Facebook. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, Facebook.
we
Facebook
have,
did it.
yeah, we have Rick on Facebook. So I think it's Rick Yamada who got Kirk is a jerk. So that is the winner. So congratulations.
I think Rick was just saying that.
Nice.
I don't think Rick was guessing. I think Rick was just saying that. So
Wait, we're playing trivia?
What?
Yeah.
There's some sort of trivia going
What
on?
was my motivation?
So Rick is part of our LA away team, so I know how to get a hold of him. So that's cool.
Hold the front door. I'm looking at that Women of Track pin collection.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the fuck is Michael Burnham?
I know. I was thinking that too.
I think
I can clarify this actually. This is
Yeah,
an
thank you.
ongoing
Okay.
series that FanSets has been doing since the last STLV, and they release new pins every year.
All right.
Those are the ones that are currently in release.
So it's just they're just a couple years behind then.
No, and if memory serves, I thought Michael Burnham already happened. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Susan
All
was
right.
part of the set.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
I just want either a Mariner or a Tendy one. I want those.
Oh
Those are the
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
They do have
yes.
the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and
just like yes. It just was quiet, and then no, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh yes, the other animated.
In fact,
Yeah.
Marina helps me out here. Yeah, Michael Burnham was on the master set.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they also have,
I was just rattling cages.
Leave it to Marina to jump in there with,
I'm going to be nice to FanSets since they're a sponsor and all.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I don't know. Yeah,
well,
it'd be
no,
weird if somebody shit on them earlier in the podcast. I don't know. That'd be strange. But...
No, when I talked with Lou, I was just like, hey, it would be great if a couple pins, and then Bill talked with him, and then we got this list of stuff that we had. I'm like, holy crap! Then it became daunting to do the trivia. I was just like, so I think Bill's idea of putting them into groups was a really good one. So
I was only rattling cages. I'm not really angry. I
didn't think you were. But just in case people out there were wondering where the heck Michael Burnham was, and I get it. So
she's part of the master set, I think. So
well, do they need to get the one with her? They need to get her. They need to update it though, because she's got the long hair.
She's in all of our hearts.
They need the Burnham hair set. Just all 47 different hair versions.
She does. Listen, Sonequa does change that hairstyle up. I know it. It's nice though. I like it.
I love her hair this season.
And the third season hair is great. The long hair.
You could have a pin for every of that little montage. It could just be like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because it was a year like no other. So, okay.
Yeah, because she had in that montage where she was in her little ship, she had like 3 different hairstyles in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was nice. Yeah.
The one thing that I find unbelievable about Star Trek Discovery Season 3, it's the thing that I cannot accept, is that she and Book did not hook up in that entire year.
Are you kidding me? It's Michael.
I was happy they did.
She's not giving into carnal urges while she's got the actual weight of the universe on her shoulders. Michael waited until
he's got
Tyler after like a day.
She waited
like,
all right, her whole life to find Tyler before waiting until they got the wrong universe to actually bonk him. Michael's not trying. There was anything. Michael is a demisexual, right? She probably appreciated Book's empathy, his I don't want to say humanity because we don't really know if he's human yet, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael
For Tyler, she appreciated his
pseudo humanity.
Michael
you're looking
is
for
like
is
the opposite of Beckett in that Beckett thinks with her crotch and Michael thinks with her brain. You know what I mean? And her crotch probably thinks with her brain too. Like, well, is he logical though? Well, then what are we talking to him for? Like,
plus let's be real. Michael kind of got burned by the whole Ash thing. She's gonna have some caution now, probably.
Right, that's the burn.
2 or 3
That
times
is the burn.
That is the original
burn. That's
the T.O.B.
Oh God. Burn puns.
Plus, I don't know if I would have the courage to try to hook up with David Ajala either. Like, I'd have to rescue him first.
That is 100%. I would just run out of the room if I was in the same room with him
and be like, well.
All alone on the little crooked cookie spaceship? Come on.
Self-esteem, self-assertion courses before I got even close enough to being like, hi.
I think I'm the only one who was like kind of happy that they were friends as opposed to like going in that relationship because it's
yes. I was thrilled to see it not be a token. We hooked up.
I was just like, you have a cartoon that's doing this sort of friendship and relationship better, which is just that's frustrating to me. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, thank God they're finally kissing. I'm like, okay.
Okay, before it passes out of the window, I just want to do a shout out to Marina's Draco Rax's like Michael Burnham's hair set. They should do she says, how about a Delta Quadrant hair for Janeway? All of Janeway's hairdos. So okay, just
I like that's a year's worth of pins there.
Like one at least 7.
It must have been a hell of a year. Okay. A lot of groans.
See what you did there.
Thank you.
There could be one for every Troy outfit. Right?
So like a bazillion. Yeah.
The Troy neckline collection. No.
Oh God. Yeah, each one gets progressively more inappropriate. Yeah.
But smarter at the end.
The holographic version of her.
Kind of like slingshots back around at the end there.
Right.
They could
have, at the end can have actual storylines associated with them.
Yes, they could do like the captain's sets. Instead of like, in addition to there being like each captain, you notice how each captain has like leisure uniforms and shit. Like it could be the one that Picard had on with the leather shoulders.
Casual wear collection.
And the velour. Yeah. It could be the little bib front thing that Cisco had for a little bit there under his jacket. It could be the wraparound jam for Kirk. Come on.
I feel like
We have so many options here.
Battling the viruses with a phaser rifle. That would be Janeway's.
Oh yeah,
That would be cool.
yeah. I like
See,
that.
Archer.
Either that or the
Archer
dress, the gothic dress from no.
Oh God. No.
Oh no, yeah.
That was my
Which is the nanny or the
yeah.
not nanny, but the
See,
teacher or whatever she was.
this is
The
like
governess.
Terry
Governess,
Taylor
okay.
creates Janeway. Oh yay! And then her first fantasy out of the gate is the gothic governess for the but she loved God. She loved those stories. Those that era.
I'm just glad that went somewhere.
She
and
was the
wasn't a complete
Bronte
waste of
girl.
time.
Some people call her horse girl. Some people call her Bronte girl.
Oh, that's the real burn right there, Steve.
Yeah.
Another burn. Done.
Hey, they were good. The original idea was to do Oregon Trail, where she was a pioneer mother on the Oregon Trail.
Oh
I
God.
thought you meant like she would be playing
Okay.
the Oregon Trail on like an Apple II GS.
Best dies of dysentery.
Because she wanted to go from living where she's having to lead a bunch of people through a perilous situation to a fantasy where she's leading a bunch of people through a perilous situation.
Except for in this one, you can
Just
die
makes
from
a lot of
dysentery.
sense.
Be glad we never got to the scene where they had to do the Indian attacks. That would have been a little problematic.
Oh, that would.
With Jamaica Highwater advising. Yeah, that would have been.
Oh my God, that's not
Okay.
good. That's not
Okay.
good.
Between Janeway's
yikes.
holodeck fantasies and Chakotay in Voyage, if time travel technology were invented, I would go back in time and have a word with the writing staff before any of that was.
Akuchi Moya.
Considering poor Voyager was committed to death by everybody. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, not saying anymore.
Well, you have information on like that was the guy was a sham. I mean, it was just like the
Yeah.
I
advisor.
didn't. Nobody knew at the time because
Right.
all we're having to do on Next Gen, Ron Moore had to dumb down final mission, final journey.
Final.
Final
The-
something.
Yeah, final. The Native American show. He was going to have it all be actual tribal things like Kachinka doll. What were they? Kachina dolls. Kachina dolls and a. But that was their first run-in with Jamaica Highwater. He's like, oh no, you can't use actual names from actual tribes. You have to come up with fictional things for everything. So everything got bland, but it got weird.
Which
got
is so
vanilla.
stupid because the last thing that the indigenous community needs is more erasure. Like,
Well, yeah,
they
it was
got
totally.
that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But they were like, "Oh, this is the guy with the reputation for being advising TV and movies." So they went. But then he'd been found out like 10 years earlier. I don't understand why he still had work.
No.
You're
That's
kidding. He'd
amazing.
been found out already and was still
They
getting
had
work?
84.
Yes, and it wasn't just them. It was like the industry was still using him, and somehow he kept it a secret. Hey, if it had been the
American
internet,
Fun was canceled
there's no internet.
for when we needed it right then.
So wait, let
Seriously.
me figure this out. This mediocre dude had a charlatan of a career, been found out, and was still getting work. Definitely wasn't indigenous because that sounds pretty white, guy.
he was I don't know what he
Yeah,
was.
that's
Jewish Puerto
pretty
Rican from New
exclusively
York or
white.
something. I forget what his real name. You could look him up.
That is just the
He
audacity.
totally
if I
sham.
knew, I know I'm just gonna get so mad. I'm gonna
It
get
sounds
so
American as apple pie is what I. is what
What's
I'm-
his name? What's his name?
Sadly.
His fake name was Jamaica Highwater, and yeah.
Like that's not a red flag.
What the?
No, I
Jamaica.
honestly remember when Voyager was first starting, and I was so excited to see like people that would look like members of my family, and then just being so embarrassed every time. That, it was so bad.
It's not even Jamaica.
Bear from
It's
TAS
literally
look better.
his name is Jamaica Highwater. That is offensively stupid. That is.
Yeah. Well,
it's
it like Jamaica, but they pronounced the E, or he pronounced the E like it was Jamaica, like Jamaica, the island.
Jamaica,
only it was
yeah.
Oh man, that is uncomfortably embarrassing.
Does anybody know where he lives? I just want to talk.
He's
Not
dead.
Jamaica.
He's been dead. He's dead.
He lives in Jamaica.
He
died in 2001.
I just
I
wanted
do
to
have
talk.
a story relating to the cultural impact of the pseudo Native American influence of
Larry, put that back up
Voyager, in that my cousin
Larry, put it back
Whoa,
up.
Larry.
with a kid who went.
What?
Put it up. Show the image
Larry,
showing.
oh
I
my
zoomed
God.
in.
Jeez, I'm trying to move on, guy. Okay, here.
All right.
We've got zoomed in.
No,
Larry
Here
now.
we go. Here we go. There.
Yes,
That way you can
Jamaica
sign
Oh, yeah.
Highwater.
What we know about Jamaica high water. There you go.
It kind of looks like Gene Roddenberry in a weird way too. You got the same like.
Oh no!
Everybody had.
Oh,
that.
fine. Just spill all the secrets. Okay.
You know, airtime for him.
For all the stuff that they did, like Chakotay was also like a super bland character. I mean, I know that a lot of there's people who ship him and Janeway. Like Janeway deserves somebody who's at least has a personality. It's just
Robert Bellatrin agrees.
I don't know
with you.
Yes, no, I'm not saying anything that anybody behind the scenes doesn't think, but it was just like. It was frustrating to me because like,
No,
oh,
but
it's
genuinely,
a Chakotay
my cousin
episode. I can skip this one.
His name was Jackie Marks.
Yeah. So my cousin went to school with a kid. Oh my gosh. My cousin went to school with a kid named Chakotay. Everyone called him Chuck, and so at one point my cousin was like, one of the teachers was like, so Chuck, what's that short for? He's like, Chakotay, and they're like, oh. Is that a native name? And his response was, I guess.
Oh, Chuck. Wow. I want to hear Janeway call Chakotay Chuck.
Oh, wow.
Chuckles.
This kid's parents thought they were giving him a exotic indigenous name, and no, they were just giving him a name that a dude made up for Star Trek. Yikes, on so many levels.
I wish my parents did that to me. I want to
made up a name.
Yeah, do you?
They weren't creative. They named me after my dad. That's so boring.
Dude, my name is goddamn Bill Smith.
You know,
why do you think I transitioned, Bruce, so I could change my name? That's the whole reason.
That's transition to change my name.
The truth comes out.
Bill, you and I need to transition. No, I actually worked for a guy named Bill Smith. You're right. It's very common.
My brother's name was John, if that helps you.
Oh, I know.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah,
we're just going with the most generic.
My dad was. It's a good thing he stopped having boys, or because he ran out of relatives he was naming them after.
I was gonna say your parents got lazy towards
Jane Smith now.
Yeah. No, my sister is Dawn.
Oh, good
one. That works.
That's good.
Bill and John. Yep.
We'll girlify a boy name. Yeah.
They could call Chakotay Smith.
Yep.
That's what they should.
You look like a Chakotay Smith. Yeah.
Chuck Smith.
Chuckles.
Chuckles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Janeway's like, Chuckles, go to war. I just can't.
Hey, Chuckles.
And he's like, I captain, and then walks to the door. And he's like, I hate when she calls me that.
You know, Kate Mulgrew would deliver it with the same gravitas as she delivers every other line, and I would have adored it.
Oh yeah.
The deleted scene from Resolutions is where he turns around and says, "All right, we're getting one thing straight. Never call me Chuckles here."
Because I think it was Q that
two of
called
them
him
on the
Chuckles in the one episode, and I really wish that stuck after that. Like,
Me
Janeway's
too.
like, "Oh, that's great."
It's another one of those awkward meetings where no one they call.
Hey, Chuckles, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's another one of those awkward meetings that they like call into the ready room. It's like, all right, we all heard what Q said. No one's ever using that again. I swear to God.
Yeah. I heard that Harry Kim called him Chuckles once, and he never got promoted after that.
Yo,
like,
rest in
all
peace
of
to
the
Harry
anonymous-
Kim. If everyone's watched this week's Discovery,
Yep.
I was like, damn, the disrespect.
It is so disrespectful on so many levels across generations.
I was like, my opening joke for my review is Ensign Kim is rolling around in his 600-year-old grave. Like
The disrespect. Like, I felt that in my spirit. I said, oh, Harry, goddamn. I said, oh.
So here's Alex and Brandon crossing paths at a Comic-Con somewhere in green rooms, and they're like, oh hey man, oh blah blah, oh blah 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 blah. Hey man, if there's one thing we could do to like homage Voyager, we'd love to do it. And he's like, well, whatever you do, promote all your ensigns.
When the world opens up, I need a photo of
That's the one.
Mary Wiseman and Garrett Wong, because it's like the future is possible, adventures out there, whatever. Insert caption here. God, I was like, oh God, I felt it. Like, you ever hear someone,
just imagine like
a relative get insulted and the insult is like right, so you can't even be like, "Hey, talk about my cousin like that." And you're like, "Well, your feet do kind of stink."
You're not allowed to say things that are that true.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like on Voyager, there's an episode where they all time travel to the future, and like Harry's with Janeway, and just sees Tilly's like, but she got promoted. It's like, don't get any ideas.
They meet.
This is the future. The things are brighter in the future.
They meet him, and they find out that Ensign fucking Tilly is first officer, and Harry just turns and looks at Janeway like,
Right.
The terrorist gets promoted over me. The terrorist gets promoted, demoted, and then promoted again.
yeah.
Well, in the finale with
fire.
with the whole thing with Harry and as captain of the Rhode Island, right? You know why they named? It's like, we're gonna finally. This was totally on the level. They gave him a ship to captain in the future, but it's like named for the tiniest state. That was totally on purpose.
By
Yeah.
design.
That's
Yeah.
disrespect.
Wow.
Such disrespect.
Yes, it was.
The disrespect.
Poor Harry.
Uh-huh.
In the new books, they kind of address that. They
Oh,
have, like,
wow.
This isn't really a spoiler, but it's just like another captain was just like, I had to wonder if Janeway actually thought that they would get back, because there was such a thing as field promotions. It's just like that. It's like, why didn't she promote him? It's like, because like he's a year younger than I am, and I'm now a captain. Like, so what happened?
Disrespect.
On our
Wesley gets a
show, we
field
were
promotion.
asking.
Too many video games, Garrett. Too many.
Wesley gets a field promotion to actual ensign.
That's true.
Right, he does.
Yeah.
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 Not get to
Maybe
feel
it's 'cause it's
like hell. The kids on the Valiant were handing out fucking promotions like Tic Tacs. But fucking Harry can't get an extra piece of pip.
They were limited resources. Okay.
Please, someone.
We can't requisition pips.
They
We can't waste
replicate the pip. What were they gonna do? Just make one out of corkscrew? No.
We tried replicating the pick, but those the biogel just ruined
Give me
it
the
all.
one that Tom lost. I would have been like, "Oh, you like acting up? Give me this," and I'd have looked him right in his face and threw it on Harry like that.
The single ration pip. Okay, who's gonna get it? We're gonna take it away. It's a zero-sum game.
Have
You
one
lose a pip, you gain a
and
pip.
It's
Yeah.
like rotating among ensigns. Like
Yeah.
you
Whoever
get
gets
to be
fired
like,
next. Yeah.
There's the
I was
pip
gonna win a
wall.
pip this week.
It's got a little spotlight on it. It says, "Who will get the pip next?" And then
Larry,
it's
you're
just kind
I
super
wanted
loud.
the pip this week.
Just FYI.
Larry,
it's like
calm yourself.
employee of the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
okay.
We all get emotional when it comes to
promise I
Harry
will
Kim being
protect
done a
you.
great injustice.
Yo, and to like add to it, I had just completed a rewatch of Deep Space Nine. So when the episode of Valiant came on, and I was like, look at all these little shits thinking they're doing something about something. I was like, look at these little assholes. Like, look at these little fucking teeny bopper jerk faces. I was so mad. Because all I kept thinking of was Harry Kim. I was like, Harry would wipe the floor with these. What? You ain't okay. You fought a couple Jem'Hadar, but have you survived the Delta Quadrant though? Like, come on, man. I was so mad. So then to get over that.
Maybe it's because
All
like Harry,
true. All
Harry's
true.
technically it's that Harry from the other universe, because the actual
that's true.
when Harry died. So maybe it's all just like really, really awkward and no one wants to talk about it.
Maybe.
We don't promote people from other universes.
Yeah, no other
That's not how
universe
we do it
promotion,
here.
sorry.
No,
Technically, you're not part of our Starfleet, so I don't have the capability to promote you.
His quantum
technically,
signature
that's right.
repels pips.
Just flies right off of his neck.
That aren't native. That are native.
You just like put it towards his neck and it goes.
It's just kind of push it on. Ah!
Like two magnets.
I think my favorite answer to we had a question of like, what would you
Ensign,
name
I
a
feel like
starship?
the universe is telling me you can't be any higher than Ensign.
Are you doing a Janeway right now? Is that your Janeway
What's
impression?
Charlie.
Is that your capable girl?
I'm not.
My
talking
God, we're
about
surrounded
the
by
puppy.
Borg.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I love
Put
it.
your hands on your hip. It's just a jump to the left. Put your hands on your hips. Yeah. Okay.
I think my favorite ship that we had a question of the week. It was what would you name a ship when we had the USS Nog? My favorite answer was the USS Ensign Kim.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Could you
Ensign
imagine?
Harry.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
I got promoted. No.
Yeah.
Ensign Kim.
That's the Not just
The
the
thing is,
USS
like,
Kim.
there's like a corridor named after Kim on the Voyager J. It's just like you get a corridor. It's fine.
But it doesn't. It's the worst corridor. Nobody.
the one by
goes
waste
down
extraction.
there.
It's like in the dark corner of the ship or whatever.
Yeah, there's like
It's a
shit on the
no-door
floor.
The one
you
that's
know?
weirdly musty next to the sonic showers.
yeah, right.
The ultimate burn would be Kim's child naming their child Ensign. You know, like imagine Harry.
In
Like
shame.
Harry had a son, right? And his son's spouse.
Dad, I always thought Ensign was your first name.
His son's spouse just does not get on. It's just a terrible, spouse-in-law, and just to spite was like, let's name them Ensign.
I love
His
the,
dad's like,
really-
what are you trying to say?
Yeah, middle name here. We're really building the lore here. We're really
Yeah.
getting that beta canon here. Is anybody getting the notes down for our future Trek novel about Harry Kim?
Further
I'm in
adventures
for
of
this.
the legacy
And
of
his-
Ensign Kim.
Oh God.
And his
Oh,
nickname
man,
is One Pip, like Arthur Two Sheds Jackson. Only it's Ensign One Pip Kin. Yeah,
One
Here he
Pip.
comes, old One Pip coming at you.
there's a little Python there for anybody that
That
cares.
would be his nickname too, because army nicknames aren't like flattering. They're because of some terrible thing that has happened to you. So no matter.
Oh no.
No.
Kennedy, no.
Kennedy's the
No matter
brandy
how
of
many, no matter how many
there you
times Harry gets
Blizzard
promoted,
came
he's still
in.
just what? He's like, guys, I've been promoted.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
back.
You're
He
back.
froze for a second.
Oh, am I?
Lost you for a minute there.
Oh no.
We lost you and we all were
So you all have
afraid.
been frozen for a good couple minutes now, and I've just been talking through it. Because
That explains
That's
a
good.
lot.
That's what all doctors say to do.
Yeah, that's right.
because
That's the
because
best
you
advice.
all were coming in, so I figure, okay, I can't see you, but they can. Oh, there I am. Oh wow, super fast. Look at this. Everybody's catching up.
It's moments-
It's like time travel.
Moments like that where you just like
Time is
where
on.
you just
Here
like
we go.
realize that you're like, oh, I'm just talking to myself in a room.
Isn't that what podcasting
I have a
is?
cat in here,
Is that what
Jesse.
podcasting is?
Yeah.
We call that Thursday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everyone
Definitely
who's
what
ever done
YouTubing is.
podcasting has had that moment of, my God, I'm just talking to myself in an empty room.
Yeah. Mhm.
My
Oh yeah,
God.
just like to have the like realization moment when you're like doing a YouTube. Like I rewatch my videos every once in a while just to like because I'm at I'm just like that's just me talking at a camera. That's like all it is. I'm not talking to an audience. It's just me and a camera. It's weird.
YouTubing is a very weird podcasting. Content creation on the internet is a very weird construct where it requires a very specific
Yeah.
personality type, which all of us have because we're all doing it. But it is like a weird thing where you're
Being
talking
chatty?
to. Yes, you have to be chatty, be energetic, and then you have to like have a conversation with people that you haven't actually talked to yet
Yeah.
because they haven't even responded to your comments.
But you know they're out there,
yeah, you know what they're thinking,
and you know at least 4 or 5 of them care. So yeah,
At least,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, all of you care, and that's that's
Wait.
really all that matters. So there
4
you
or
go.
5? 4 or 5? We have 4
Which
or
is
5
so
people
funny
that
when you
care
see
about
a
your stuff.
YouTuber who has virtually
I
no
wish
I'm
I
going
had
back to
that.
roots.
energy. Yeah.
I've seen those shows. Those are hard, and they're even
Yeah.
more difficult
Yeah,
when it's about something that you genuinely like,
Yeah.
and they just are like,
Like, how can you not bring yourself to get excited about this at all, or even
you
perform
have
to the camera?
you have 5 seasons under the belt. Why do you sound like unseasoned boiled chicken? I don't understand. Like, I feel attacked.
Look, I'm hearing all of your
Oh,
criticisms,
I'm pretty
everybody.
sure I know what Kennedy's talking about now.
But I mean,
Look,
that could go
I'm
in
hearing all
any
your-
because
genre.
seasoned boiled chicken is just to die for. But okay,
Yes.
At least it's better than
Okay.
unseasoned.
Yeah.
There, and I just across the
UBC.
medium itself, right? Like there are people who have, I don't know what they talk about. Let's say I don't know, coins. They're coin collectors, right? They're coin collectors, and had a show since before podcasting was accessible, and should have like.
Welcome to old Jim's Coin Corner. Something like that.
They're just like, well, here comes my 75th bicentennial quarter. You're like, bro, you're not hearing about 75 of the same coin, bro? Like, this is your coin.
You've listened to Trek Geeks, apparently.
I like this one because it's got a chunk missing out of the edge.
I cannot believe you people.
Found on a sidewalk.
You are being so hobbyist. You know, the world is full of people with all kinds of hobbies.
Not at all.
You know,
Love your coins.
I
Love your
want
coins.
I can't wait till I get to that point in my life.
What happened to diversity in passions? I tell you.
No,
I can't wait. I'm gonna be.
We're not touching the passion. We're
I
touching
wanna
the
be-
quality of this fictional character's work.
So never bring out my Star Trek train, my model railroad.
No. You're missing the point. I'm not shaming the hobby. I'm shaming the hobbyist.
Okay.
If you're going to put on a show, right? Like all
your
of
hobby
us,
doesn't
There's
suck.
something
You
to be
suck.
truly
Love
sad
the
about.
hobby, hate the hobbyist.
I'm saying,
I can't wait until
all
I
of
get to be
us-
70 years
There's
old.
Love the
something
hobby,
to be
hate the
said
hobbyist.
for
I want to be 70
All
years
that-
old and be like, have my things just like, and today we have our Suliban.
Oh my God, Jesse, no. I'd go to your house and have a talk with you and be like, why are you like this now? I'm
the
not
mouth
saying
croaking that I
a
like right
person
there.
can't like whatever they like, right? I personally love when people geek out about the most random shit.
Yes.
Like that person who was
And
a
I love
stamp
that
collector, who was a coin collector. Fuck yeah, dude, let's go. Tell me all about it. Because that should be the thing where they're like, what? Someone say stamps? Boy, howdy, let me tell you about Flat, this stamp book. You
Thing
know
where
what I
I
mean?
get
Like,
excited.
right. So for you to be like, I personally like the stamps that you still have to lick. Bro, why are you on YouTube? What
I feel
are
like
you
you're
doing?
talking about someone specific. Can you just name the channel so we can go look? At
No,
what you're
I'm
talking
not. I'm talking
You're not
Her
starting
track,
that
right?
fight.
I know you're talking about my channel. I've
It's
had
Inside
criticism.
Stamp Club.
Do we have to air this
No.
publicly?
I feel,
No.
just spit it out.
I'm not. I'm speaking very generally.
Oh,
and I
look!
was trying
You're trying
to
to
use
hide
it
it.
as a segue to promote the fact that we all are not like that.
That's right.
Clearly,
Sorry, I
given
talked
the
way too fast.
conversation.
That was a hell of a segue, but yes, point taken.
I'm
I
gonna
was-
bring
Can I
Brandy
just
back
share,
in.
can I just share something real quick? When I was doing that bit with the Solobon, I just learned he his arm. Oops, sorry, I hit the thing. His arm actually like bends like the Solobon, like that.
That's-
Like look at that. Look at that.
Ah,
That's
giggly.
kind
I
of
know.
neat. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay,
All right,
Just
well,
got a message
Brandy's
that
coming
somebody was
back
trying
because
to
I
come
gotta
in.
run.
But
there's a thing
So-
down.
what you do?
So I gotta run, but Brandy's coming back. So one BR
Oh,
for
that's
another
what was
BR.
happening.
Okay,
Got it. Okay.
okay. Scott, it was good to see you.
Joining us.
Yeah.
Love you,
Bye,
Bruce.
Bruce.
Keep
Bye.
seeing you.
You want a different name? I've given you one for
I
a couple
know.
of years, and yeah, okay.
You always give nicknames to the ones you love.
Goodbye, Chuckle.
Only.
Oh my!
Did you see the FanSets
Wait, is that why I don't
special
have it?
down there, Aaron? Host
Yeah,
person?
I put that up there. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, we
Yes.
didn't. I was trying to point to it. Everybody
Yes.
saw it.
So yeah,
Buy FanSets.
Lou has given us exclusive.
Sponsor.
Let us use from my podcast our discount code for FanSets. So it's good for 15% off your entire order, and that includes gift cards or anything like that. So Infinite Trek,
Plus-
one word in
Plus
checkout.
free shipping in the U.S. if you spend more than $30.
Nice.
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 You said that more than once.
I may say that multiple times every week on a variety of podcasts.
I was just noising your pin sets. Noise.
Nice.
Wait, who did we just lose? Oh,
We
Steve.
lost
Yeah.
somebody.
Steve's
We got
gone.
Brandy back.
Oh,
Yes.
There's
Brandon, we
Brandy
lost
now.
somebody else
How
too,
does
didn't
Steve
we?
take off?
Steve said that's enough.
Oh, Steve's out. Steve's like, screw it, I'm done.
Steve was
Yeah.
out of
Oh.
here.
I have that
okay.
effect on people.
No.
Should
Should
we
that
take
effect on people?
I've got the logo in my square now.
Yeah, like everything's got the logo there.
Oh, Dan thinks he's
Can you
fucking
do like
cool.
Oh, fine.
Can we move
I
that
want that
logo?
logo. Give me the logo.
Yeah, Aaron, what's the deal here? I'm the furthest away from the logo. Okay.
Fine,
Dylan
fine.
is
We've played the
associated with
game.
brand.
We've read the magazine. We've had the logo. We've all done.
Oh,
I was going to say, can we move that logo over Dan's face? Because that would help.
Not quite.
Yeah, what's the capability here of the
Don't you put that logo in my square.
Put it right in the middle. That's where
Do we
it
want
belongs.
like all
Everyone
get a
can
turn
see
with
it.
logo?
Yeah, let's all get.
It's like the Stanley Cup. Okay.
You're like, you're gonna get me out of
I've
here.
had
This
my
is too much
turn.
pressure. I don't want
I've
it
had
in my
my
space anymore. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Bill has matching colors.
How many Aaron Harvey logos can I have in the same shot?
All of them. All of them.
Are we answering?
Oh no, there's plenty more.
Scream.
Are we answering questions from the chat? By the way, are we doing?
Yeah, if anybody has
Doing
questions,
more.
Don't.
I
look
see
at
one
the
here from
chat.
Ali Martinez. Says,
I
as
was-
Thanksgiving is a holiday of traditions, what is one Star Trek tradition that you all have? And I vote Bill Smith to go first. Suck it, Bill.
Wow. Wait, so you're on
The
my
logo person always.
You're on
knows
my
that.
Facebook page for the first time, Ketten. This is the way you're going to play it, dude?
Oh, and this is how you don't get invited back.
Believe it or not, I actually don't have a single Star Trek tradition for Thanksgiving or around the holidays at all because I'm the only one in my family that actually watches it. I spend more time watching James Bond on the holidays typically with my nephew down in Georgia when I'm there than anything else.
Nice.
So we were supposed to be in Georgia this year. We are not for obvious reasons. But my wife and I may do bad movie night at some point this weekend.
Okay.
We gift each other a
Very
bad movie
nice.
every year for Christmas.
What's top of the list?
Oh, that's so nice.
It depends. So last year I got her a copy of Glitter by Mariah, with the Mariah Carey movie.
Oh,
And
God,
she
I
had
would've left
actually,
you.
she had actually gotten me the same movie, but didn't give
Brutal.
it to me.
Oh my god.
In years past, I got her a
You
copy
may
of
be the only
Xanadu.
couple in the history of ever who can say they bonded over the movie Glitter.
That's true. In years copy.
Ever.
In years before, I've gotten her a copy of Xanadu and Kiss Meets the Phantom, the 1978 TV movie. She has gotten me some real doozies, including a Jenny McCarthy 2-pack.
Oh, no.
Paris Hilton movie, which was perfectly watchable. Not that one. But
Well, it was unwatchable for another reason, maybe.
yeah, it's unwatchable for a litany of reasons. But yeah, we do bad movie night every year. This year, I can't remember the one I've got her. I bought it a year and a half in advance. I plan these out, and it's I can't wait to see what she's gotten me this year because it is gonna suck.
Aw.
In all the good ways. Yeah.
I unfortunately learned too late that there is a movie called Thanksgiving. I learned it last night, and it was like,
Yes, there is.
dang it, too late.
Really?
Too late.
I gotta take notes.
It's never too late for Thanksgiving.
Like,
There's
the
always room for things.
Carry it
just
with you
writes
in your
itself.
heart all year round.
There's always room for Thanksgiving.
There's always room for Thanksgiving. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Pardon that.
Just an old
Does
Jello.
anybody- Oh, okay. These are not Trek-themed traditions. I don't know. Did Allie mean for Thanksgiving Trek relations, or is it just
I wondered about that. Yeah.
Star Trek traditions in general?
I do have
Allie, can we get a
I think they
clarification, Allie, on your question?
Yeah, Allie.
I think they
Yeah.
just meant it's a Star Trek tradition that we have. So I don't know. On first contact day, you eat salmon. Apparently, is what we do.
Yeah. You gotta have that
Wait,
first
what?
contact.
Wait, what's the joke? Wait, what's that about? What?
First
what was
contact
that
day
for?
salmon. It's
They're
from
kinda
Lower
like,
Deck.
like a first contact day salmon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, dang it. Dang it.
Ketwalski, have you been not having your first contact day salmon every year?
I mean, listen, salmon,
My God.
it's
You even
expensive.
celebrate?
Okay, I'm not made of
Look.
money. I'm buying all of my Merry Trexmas sweaters. I'm blowing my cash at the end of the year.
Ketwalski's not a true Trek fan. You heard it here first. We all figured it out.
Something's
It's all a
fishy.
hoax. This is all
Brutal.
bullshit back here.
Brutal.
The $800 board cube, bullshit. This is all
Yeah,
bullshit. It's bullshit.
I call
It's all
BS
a
on
show.
all of that.
It's all a show. It's all a show. I would say, like, the
No,
only
I have a
tradition that
very
I
strong
have-
tradition of.
Oh, go for it. No, do it.
Oh, I was gonna say the only really strong Trek seasonal tradition I have is every Labor Day I have a specific episode of Deep Space Nine I watch.
Ah.
Which
one?
one?
Art
That?
Association?
Yeah, why is that?
Take me up to the
Bar
hot,
Association, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the one when they unionize quarks.
Yeah.
And
Bar
quote Karl
Association.
Marx, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I'm rewatching season 7, and like I'm just forgetting like how much of a straight up leftist Esri is. Like she literally has this whole diatribe about like the Klingon. It's like, oh yeah, their power structures are awful, and like they've lying to you. The Klingon politicians are lying to you. I'm like, dang, all right, Esri,
Love
Esri
that
getting
scene.
some
She's
leftism. here.
only been saying what everyone was thinking the entire time, ever since Worf took this commendation instead of airing out Doros and his punk ass for that to be left out. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Martok is a changeling was a
Yes,
hoax.
please preach that shit, because that is some garbage.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
it's some
also
bullshit.
have a theory
It's some
that
tart
there was
shit
all
right
this
there.
pressure. It was all pressure for the House of Moog to be discommendated because they were the only black family on the High Council. But that's a whole other ball of wax that I don't know if this conversation is ready to
We
get
gotta
into.
melt that ball. We gotta have that conversation.
Because looking at it, I'm like, okay, Klingons. First thing out the
Just
gate.
in general
All these-
Star
they're
Trek
just
Yeah.
Klingons, whatever. But then I'm looking and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why is everybody coming at the House of Moog? No one else looks like Worf and them. What is going on? Okay, so the fact that he took that discommendation and, kind of drove a wedge between himself and his involvement in the Empire kind of prevented them from... I told you don't let me go on the soapbox because I can go for days.
I'm fascinated. I'm actually.
Because here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and
got about
cut real
50 minutes
quick,
left.
There's a connection here because there was a lot of that discussion about racial kind of looking discrimination inside of the first season of Discovery. There was a lot of that in the Klingon culture as well because of the albino skin culture of Vok. So anyways, continue. Yeah, there's precedence for this.
So I had beef with that. But when you think about the fact that aside from that tragic happenstance, right? Aside from the fact that the house was discommendated, aside
Got a
from the
package
fact
again. Sorry, apologies.
popular Jesse Poppin.
I know. What the hell did you get all the FanSet fans delivered right now?
Aside from
Steve had to take off. He said, by the way, he apologizes. It was easier just to pop out than like.
He
try and
definitely
stop
was just like later.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
We love him. We love you, Steve. It's okay.
He pulled a Cerritos and just dipped. Yeah, like aside from everything that happened to Kern, right, which was also bullshit. But when you think about the fact that Klingon culture, Klingon heritage is held on to, is maintained by the matriarchs, by the women in his family. What about Kern's daughters? Like those are two girls and a wife who have been ripped from their homes, probably like displaced to who knows where, right? If he got his memory reassigned to whatever, I just think of the fury that these women must have like passed down through the lines. And I just want to see, I'm trying to like not talk about shit that I've actually written because I don't want the internet to take it and me be like, wait, it's mine. But I also want to have a conversation at the same time.
There's definitely got to be some inherited trauma there.
Gosh, does that
Inherited
happen?
trauma. And then plus we think about how when Sorella was talking to Dax, right? And Dax was like, well, actually, that's not your real great auntie. Your real great auntie was a concubine. And Sorella was like, bitch, fight me. Like, because I thought about how
Oh, Sorella.
I love her so much. I love her so much. When I think about how I want to hold her and squeeze her and give her a knife. When I think about how firmly
I want her to coach me on posture and Klingon etiquette.
Yes, and criticize all my candles. When I think about how Sorella and probably other Klingon women held on to their heritage and the way that they did it, like, don't sit here and tell me that the daughters of Kern aren't fucking pissed that the wife of Kern isn't burning shit down somewhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just wish we have an opportunity to see some of that. Talk about shows that never happened. Revenge of Kern. The Revenge of the House of Kern.
The Kernening.
The Kernening. I love
We're
that.
talking about typography.
The Kerninator.
Oh, that's
Getting into
lines.
this
That's
conversation.
lines. Yeah.
Kerning.
I vote for this. I
Kern.
approve.
The Kerninating.
Yeah, the Kerninating. It's a Kermination.
Followed by the sequel, the Recurnation.
What is this? A
The
Kernation?
Recurnation.
Oh, boy.
It's the search for Kern. The search for Kern. There we go. I got it.
The final Kern.
So there.
Thank you,
Select
Jesse, for
Kern.
getting my back.
I got you. I'll back you up.
Star Trek Kern Nemesis. No, that's terrible.
No, that's
Okay,
terrible.
yeah, I can't get
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Kern
Should we
Surrection.
do another
Yes.
trivia question? We got
Star Trek, the
three
one with the
altogether.
Kerns.
And I know for a fact Tony Todd would be down for that, yo. I know
yeah,
for a
yeah.
fact.
They really should. Yeah,
yeah.
they're doing so much
Hell
of that
yeah.
stunt recasting, uncasting, decasting. They really should get more of these guest stars back in while they can, and just
Yeah,
come up
they're
with whatever, either Picard or anything, a voice, anything, just
Yeah.
to come up with the excuse because they can. They got 47 different shows coming down the pike. So yeah,
47.
How many?
47.
You heard it here,
feels like
folks. Larry
it.
Nemechek says they have
number from?
47
Yeah,
Star Trek
he's got
shows
some
in
behind-the-scenes
production.
info.
I'm gonna go ahead and tweet
Walt's
that out.
got his
Oh, yeah.
video.
Thank you,
yeah,
Starfleet
video.
Intelligence blog.
Yeah.
That was you. It was you.
This time
Larry
tomorrow,
Nemechek
we're going to see so many
You hopping on the
many
14
articles
there,
and
Kat
videos
Wilson?
being like 47 network shows in the pipeline.
It'll be on Inverse.
Oh, who would
and
ever believe that?
comics.com. Yeah.
Turnabout
They get
shooter.
into
I'm
comics,
looking
we'll
at
say
these
47
comments.
terrible shows coming.
I see you, Lieutenant Cooper. Kerninating the Kerninating the president.
Yes.
A strong bad reference. I love it.
Mhm. I heard
Hell
you.
yeah.
I heard you, Grace.
Thank you.
Turnabout
Larry.
intruder.
Thank you.
Turnabout
The Federation
intruder.
collapsed due to the Kern. Yes. The Federation collapsed due to the Kern.
I was like, someone just popped it out.
The
No, it
Kern.
was me.
Yeah.
I had an issue. Now there's
Let's do
two of
another
me in
trivia
the
thingy.
other room. That's great. Yes, let's do
Yeah.
that.
We didn't have an
My
issue.
grandma
Like
was
stamps.
saying,
I love it. It's
Let's do another
good.
I just wanna
trivia
make
thing.
Please.
Wait, hang on. Am I duplicated? Am I echoing or anything like that? Because sometimes I
You're
have to-
you're not duplicated, but your audio I think might have gotten a little lower.
You're
Yeah,
often
you- oh, yeah.
imitated, but never
You might not
duplicated.
be on
Aaron.
your
Thank you,
good
Larry.
mic there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's have 8 people try and diagnose your technical problems.
Oh, yeah, it disappeared. That's good. Okay, keep talking and
Must
I'll.
be a
I'll,
podcast.
and then we'll get back. Yeah, it's podcast with me. Let's see, audio. Yeah, it switched. Let's see.
Dang, Twitch.
There.
Twitching.
Does that sound better?
Better.
Yay.
Better?
Twitching.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want me to do the trivia?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Get ready in the chat room. Yeah, I was duplicated like a transporter duplicate. That's fine.
You got your Thomas Riker, who
So-
also never gets
Yeah.
promoted.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is.
Right.
Oh, I've got.
Stay in
Oh,
Starfleet.
shout out to Corey, who says they say time is the fire in which we kern.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Corey!
Get
Golf clap for
that.
that.
Or here, proper.
Ah.
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Spotlight
That's
hour.
reassured, too.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yep.
And now we have to dance. Okay.
Okay.
So many
So
good ones.
This is the
Also,
women
hi
of
Corey and
Trek-
KT Dunn. You gotta say that. You gotta say your names.
Oh, sorry.
That's a inside joke on my channel. Sorry.
Wait, which
Oh,
fan
okay.
pen is this one?
What?
This
No,
is the
no,
Women
never
of
mind.
Trek fan set. Oh,
Women of Trek. Okay, that's
Second
a lot of
edition.
talking over each other. Sorry.
Okay,
I knew this would
the
happen.
ladies.
For the lady. Okay.
This year's.
This year's
Current.
ladies.
Yes.
Current.
Current.
We are
Women
not
of Trek.
sliding all the other women of Trek.
There's a lot
No,
of
no.
women in
There's a
Trek.
lot of
Okay.
women, yeah.
Here, I'll show. This is. You can see what we have in the.
I think
in the
they
collection
finally
right
broke
here.
out past 30% to get to 50.
Ooh. Ah.
So these are the pins.
Wow.
Lest
Yeah.
we need to remind you.
I had fun putting this
Okay.
together. It was just like, do I scale everything? Like, it's close enough. It's like everybody knows what they.
I do
roughly the size of
appreciate a Hoshi Sato.
Can we talk about how prominent
Yes.
7 of 9's boobs are in that pin?
Why does she need a special lighting underward? It's very aggressive.
Yeah, super prominent.
Whoa, what are we?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, Aaron!
Spotlight, spotlight? What is this?
Well, hey, since I did that, why don't we'll go to that now, and then we'll come back. So yeah,
That was
boy.
a very quick reveal. That was Aaron, you're fired. You're so fired. Okay.
Well, we have been given permission by FanSets to reveal 2 pins.
Oh, no.
One, yes.
Whatever could they
I
be?
just want to give you a hug right now. You're doing awesome, by the way.
Whoa!
This is what the actual holiday badgie image looks like. It's a limited edition.
Wow.
It should be available December 1st, and it will, when it sells out, that's it. That's it.
It'll
Get
go.
it when you can. Yep.
That thing
and
will
then
go.
we have,
That is true.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
totally.
want one.
It's dated, so you can hang it on your tree every year, each new one.
That's actually really smart because that's a lot of collectors like it when it's dated. That's very true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like, what
buying the
better
hell out of that
mascot
badgie.
for 2020 than Badgie?
Oh,
Then
God.
Badgie.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Yep.
God. Can I teach you a lesson? No. You can't, bro. You can't. I'm done.
I'm gonna bathe in the blood of these Bajorans.
Bathe in your
As if the Bajorans hadn't gone through enough. Now they gotta
Wait,
do
wait,
it
wait.
bad.
We gotta make it.
We call that
badgie.
badulation there, where it's bathed in the blood of Bajorans. Yeah.
Oh God. Too soon, Badgie.
God.
Too soon.
What?
That's the pin in your
And
ear.
then
gonna take
What?
your foot.
See, but now I want a Badgie cameo in live action. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to see
Terrifying.
someone dressed
yes,
as Badgie
absolutely.
in like a mascot, like a football mascot, and he's like trying.
Oh,
to,
yeah.
I like that. I think that's a good idea.
And the other pin that we have is the Picard tribute pin, which is a season 1, episode 1 pin.
Somebody at
It'll be
Comic
available
Con's really going to be excited to reuse their Bill Cipher costume for Badgie.
Oh, we all got real silent. We all got real
I was
silent.
like, what happened? So this is the Picard tribute pin, season 1, episode 1, available in December sometime. There's not a set date right now. So so it has. I love the just the way it's set up with has the characters that I cannot remember the name of besides Data right now. That's great.
Dodge.
Dodge.
and
Soji.
And OG.
Soji.
Okay,
Soji.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Soji
the
and Dodge.
Dodge one is from Data's painting, right?
Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. With the
Titled
the
Daughter.
totally unique necklace that no one's ever made in the history of time. That everybody
Ever. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like that ever in
You
life.
mean 2 rings
Has a home
connected?
now.
Yeah.
What an
What was
unusual necklace.
Yes.
Are you doing
What was
Sir
hilarious
Patrick right
about
now?
that?
Was that Sir Patrick? Okay,
Yes.
that was good.
What an
Once-
unusual necklace. I don't.
They had the
I-
necklace,
This is,
and
this is
then-
Sean Connery. This isn't.
Was he able to make
Yeah,
it?
what the hell was
that?
The circles must be drawn there, no farther. Okay.
Yeah.
So we.
There
All
are
right.
two.
It's a free show. What do you expect? Come on.
Okay. Should we do the Women of Trek trivia, and then Grace has to take off afterwards? And
Oh,
try
yes.
and move
yes.
it along. Yes.
Yes.
No, let's wait till
Yeah, I'm
after.
afraid so.
Okay. So the Women of Trek question is, and Ian, please be ready.
How
in
dare
the,
you.
Chat room.
Chat
Who
alert.
is- Who is the only woman main cast member to appear in 5 different Star Trek series?
Oh, I know this.
Who is the only woman main cast member to appear in 5 different Star Trek series? Have to give it a little time because-
Sorry, I felt like somebody should do syncopated clock or something.
Are they doing?
I
Is
apologize.
it the actor or?
It's the actress, not the character.
Oh, okay. I know who this is.
Yeah, it's
So not necessarily playing the same role.
Not necessarily.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
Oh well, then it's not the answer that I thought.
I see one in the chat room that is correct. Did we, Ian, did you? Let's see. Yeah, no. Chris Gavin looks like he was the first person to answer, as far as I can tell. We had a couple Troy and Deannas, but not. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yeah, because mine are out of order, possibly. So, at 2:20, we have David Henderson with Marina Sirtis. So it
And
looks like
I'm going to
Was
jump
it-
in here and say people are saying Majel Barrett, but Aaron Harvey did say appear. So
yes, not just voice. So
Trivia can be
we
all
will-
about one word. Yes.
We'll iron this out and see if there's one of two people. And
It's a good
I was
thing that
trying
this
to do the
trivia
math, like,
isn't in
you compare
person
that
because someone would probably punch you in the face for making that that slight twist of the words there. But yeah,
Twist of the
Troy
word.
is what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, Troy. Yeah.
Oh, so Chris Gavin was the first. Okay, great. So fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chris.
Yay, Chris.
Yay!
Give your contact information to Ian so we can email you or message you on Twitter or something like that, and we will get you your prize.
See, enduring 2.5 hours of this actually has a reward. So there you go.
There you go.
But all about you
Enduring.
fallen by the wayside.
The
We've
reward
had
is
fun.
just our lovely faces.
Enduring. Like it was a chore.
And
We
Kel
talked
also.
about all kinds of things. We talked about Badgie teaching 2020 a lesson.
We have fun.
We talked about
We have fun
Queagles. We talked about
Klingon
Ponfar.
Klingon again?
Yeah.
I was going to
And
leave
the
it
gift
alone.
that kept
see?
giving today.
Double Klingon dicks. Yeah.
The double dickers. You got a
Alright.
double dickers.
The double
Bright
dicker
red
condom,
double dickers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, you're
I still
missing
think-
the gold joke, redundancy.
I'm afraid I have to take off though.
This has all been worth it for the
Put your
puns
dick
alone
hands
today.
down. Put them down. Jesse.
Double Klingon. That sounds like a burger.
Double
Medium
Klingon.
double Klingon, please.
With cheese. Yeah.
Cheese, yeah. No,
Why
no
don't they
bacon.
have
No
Sorry,
bacon.
I just had a terrible
Send a note
thought.
to John Van Sitters. Tell him.
What
to
if you
make
had like a
double
three-way with Klingons? That's just a lot of.
Oh god.
There's just way
That's a
too
lot of
many
work.
things going on there.
Sounds like a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
He's only got. Listen, they only got the one mouth. I don't know what they're.
That is a
thinking
lot of
there.
work. That
Yeah,
is
why
an
don't they
all
have two
afternoon.
That you,
Who's to say that we don't?
have we ever seen the all nude Klingon review? How do we know? Define mouth. Is it defined by its
Let's say.
location?
You're not an actual doctor, are you?
No. If you couldn't tell by now.
I'm just clarifying for the folks at home. I'm just.
But I just push an envelope my time or two. So yeah, I'm just saying, never
It's
jump
all right,
in.
we'll still hire you as a doctor consultant on all
Okay.
of this.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
I'm just saying, four series from now, someone's gonna. Oh, we need the Klingon mouth to be at their left kidney or something. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the
You know.
Klingons will be due for another
Never-
redesign
yeah.
by then, so
Yeah.
they'll work. it
I'm
out.
just every 10 years, Klingons get a new design. Let's do it.
You mean we find another species subtype of Klingons? That's
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. Yeah.
Let's go. I mean, it's
Or we-
feasible, right? Because Kronos is where the time crystals come from, right? So who's to say there aren't
You're
dozens
talking about
of...
Boreth. Okay.
Yeah. Come on, Kennedy.
Okay,
What-
Kennedy. Okay.
I want to take that Trek card. Give me your Trek card. Come on.
It's a big galaxy.
Come over here and get it. Come over here and get it.
Come take it from my hands. Yes, hands.
Come over here and get it. Watch what happens to you.
I'm taking that Delta pin too. Give me that thing.
Yo, let's
I see Brandy and I are holding everything up now.
That's okay. I'm heavy,
Well,
so I should
Low
be on
bearing
the bottom.
guesses.
Figuratively, anyway.
That's what Grace
Okay.
said, right? Load bearing guests. It's terrible.
Around.
Sorry, I had to make.
Oh, I just realized I was Paul Lynn. That's a heavy burden to bear. Okay.
Yeah, you're once again in the middle. Yeah. Once again.
Or Uncle Arthur, depending on your.
I was just going to
point
say
of
Uncle
view.
Arthur. And Circle
Yeah.
gets a square.
Ooh.
I feel like I should have an index
has a
card.
theory that Badgie caused the burn. I kind of want that to
Oh
be a
my
thing.
god.
now.
Ooh.
I love that. I'm headcanoning that right now. No matter what happens to Discovery,
man.
can't be as good as that.
I like that.
Badgie caused the burn.
Well, the first person to say that was actually my good friend Nick, punk rock zoologist in the chat.
Ah.
Yeah,
Shout out to punk rock zoologist.
yeah. He's one of my co-hosts on the Fennec Assembly.
Woo! I
Yay!
hear you're
And-
gonna have a really good guest on at some point.
I think somebody. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know, that was like a week and a half ago. It's gonna be Jesse, okay? Come on.
What? No.
I say everyone else is sitting here going, nobody
I
asked
had
me.
no idea.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, where's my invite, Brandy? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We invited you like 3 weeks ago. So sorry that you
I've
weren't
never been on, don't
satisfied
worry.
with the one episode that you did. Whatever.
I'm not satisfied. I'm coming on. I should have been there for Jesse's episode just to keep the conversation focused on Klingon dicks.
Yeah,
As it
that's
should
where it
be.
really needs to be. I mean, we did talk about the section, like, how did, like, Trills discover that you could, like, shove a slug in your body and it'll give you memories? And it
Yeah.
clearly was a sex thing. Someone did a sex thing with a Trill slug, and that's how they learned about the host.
I don't understand why people don't understand that Star Trek at its core is about sex. Everything is about the motion picture is one giant metaphor for sex. And
That was-
almost
Oh my goodness,
every
yeah.
element of Star Trek involves a little bit of sexual contact. Everything is very sexual.
You just summed it
If you
up.
run very-
The little Vulcan
don't-
bit was yes, very nice.
Yeah.
The
If
Vulcan
you run
thing
very-
out?
like, you run very-
Gene
almost all the
Roddenberry's
script-
novelization of the motion
Yeah.
picture.
Cat
Yeah.
Welsky, I want
My-
steak next time, bro. Before you start filling up my fingers like that. Steak.
And I went a little. I was going a little fast because sometimes, even after 7 years, you don't have the time. Okay, you just don't have the time.
Oh God.
But my
And
favorite thing in
I'm-
Gene Roddenberry's favorite thing in Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek: The Motion Picture novelization is that he literally has Decker fuck the Ilea probe into sentience. That's literally a plot point in that book. That's what happens. It's like he's like the Ilea probe is just sort of there in her room, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so turned on by her," and I guess she looks like the person that I love, and they have sex, and that's what causes her to have sentience.
Wow.
But
There were so
it's
many
all from
things
the
in that novelization that made me feel not good.
Listen, the
Just
motion
not
picture is problematic. Okay, it's best to just not focus on it, or to talk about it as like a from a top level perspective, looking down. Like even Ilea's.
what, you don't want to talk about
costume-
Spock entering V'ger's orifice?
I don't
which
want
is
to talk
the
about the
line?
orifice penetrating the orifice. Excuse me.
Do we want
Look
to
at
talk
Larry
about
looking for
Kirk's?
notes.
Do we want to talk about Kirk's
Yeah.
love instructors that he had when he was
Oh,
younger,
yeah.
according to
Oh,
that
yeah.
book?
Guys,
God.
I'm still stuck on the fact that Badgie started to burn because if he's part of a Poklek ship that might have been adrift for all these years and someone was like, ooh, what's this about? Tried to surveil it and accidentally booted the program that was being clutched by big bad Bajoran Zaddy Chax's cold dead hands. They fired that shit up and Badgie was like, I would have teach you a lesson. Boom, the burn happened. The Vulcans are like, it was us. And the Romulans are like, no, it was us. You're like, well, it was all of us. Spoiler alert, Kevin.
You just summed up what took me 20 minutes of a review in one line, which is Beautification of 3, which is the Vulcan saying, it was us. No, it was us. No, it was all of us. That's the whole episode.
It's my fault. I was wrong. No,
I did it.
Guys, relax. We're all wrong.
No, I'm taking the credit.
It's like, get over yourselves. It's not always your fault, Vulcans. Jesus Christ.
It's pronounced Navarre, Jesse.
You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Navarre. Ugh.
Yeah.
Here's
That's a
my
fan.
question, though.
Because
I think
LeVar was the other guy. Yeah.
Oh, Larry.
Larry.
I think
I'm
it's
just-
great
People
that
get confused.
I think it's great that the Vulcans and the Romulans have like buried the hatchet and are Navarre together and all that stuff. But the Remans are still shitty people, right? Like,
No. Remans are dead. No, the Remans are dead.
Yeah, Remans are dead.
This is something that no one talks about. Like, Romulus explodes, and there's this whole the Star Trek Picard book is all about like getting the Romulans out of there. We're gonna evacuate all the Romulans. No one gives
they
a
just
flying
left the
hell
Remans?
about the Remans. They're just dead. They're gone. They're an extinct species that we just gloss
The
over
thing
that
is,
fact.
Are they bad?
Until they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not. I don't think that they're dead. I think they're just in a place, probably a cave, maybe.
They're like they went to the farm. They're at the farm.
They're in a better because caves are cheap. They're probably in a cave.
There are always
probably-
caves
yeah.
in Star Trek. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a nice cave that they're in. They're just hanging out.
16.
That is true. It is true though. They are technically aren't they offshoots of Romulans too? Like they just like
so
evolved
the
because
three
they were
of
in the cave.
them, the three of them are supposed to have some type of genetic root. Because if the Remans are supposed to be Romulans and Vulcans are supposed to be Romulans, that means if all Remans are Romulans and all Vulcans are Romulans, inherently all Vulcans are Remans.
Is this algebra? I can't follow this.
I was just going to say, this is the only algebra.
It's like some kind of burn diagram.
The bird of prey leaves the alpha quadrant going warp 9.
Well, I think that they miss an opportunity at the end unification to have one of the tribunal judges just they could have just
even if they didn't want to explain it, one of them should have been there. We also haven't seen any Cardassians yet, so I wonder if any of them made it.
No, we did.
Yeah, we did. We saw one.
It was like one.
One way in the back. Way in the back.
Yeah.
It's been easier.
There was a
Because I
there's
thought
a Captain Cardassian.
I thought I saw one in the human trafficking camp. We're not going to call it a labor camp because that was human trafficking that they rescued Bulk from.
There was one at Starfleet too. Yeah.
There was one at Starfleet.
Was that a Cardassian? I couldn't tell. I was like, is she? What's going on with that one? I just wish. But then I also just want to see, Alpha Quadrant aliens make it past the burn and Beta Quadrant ones if we're talking about Romulans and Remans. Romulans and Remans aplenty. I got Vulcans and Klingons galore. You want Tellarites? I got 20.
There's actually a little map on a sidewall in Scavengers as well, and there's 4 sections, and it says Ferengi territory, Emerald Chain, Cardassian zone, and I think it's hard to tell, but I think it says Klingon zone, which I'm really excited about because we haven't seen any Klingons yet. So
I still wonder if they're
going to look like we're used to.
Oh, we got 2 big questions there. Hold on.
Yeah.
What did Kennedy just say? Sorry, let's go with Kennedy first. What did you say?
I said I was going to wonder if they ever explained how they got to the Klingon face that we all know and love. Finally,
they'll never explain that.
What happened? I would be curious to see what happened with the Borg as well. Did Seven just liberate them all, and that was that? It's called
I hope so.
An exodus, an ex-Borgdicus, if you will.
Ex-Borgdicus.
I wasn't trying to do
that. That would be a nice, clean, tidy little answer wrap-up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. They're all just hanging out in the Delta Quadrant, doing Delta Quadrant.
They're all hanging out.
Resistance
just 3 caves down from the Remans. They're all hanging out down there.
We're all in a big cave.
Caves are cheap.
Yeah.
That cardboard cave that everyone hangs out in Star Trek.
That's right.
Planet Hell.
Right. I will say though that when we saw that Adosian in Lower Decks from the trailers, because of how quickly they cut to him, I said, "Oh shit, that's 8472. Yep. We're all fucked." I was like, "Nobody's making it alive."
They have very similar walking patterns and stuff.
So when I saw it was an Adosian, I literally was like, "Oh phew." Because the Cerritos isn't ready.
Boimler, they ain't got it. They don't have that down there. They ain't ready.
Oh my god.
Freeman might be ready, and Mariner might be ready, and maybe the Fab Four if they were all in one unit. But the rest of that ship, come on, son.
Oh, I totally feel like a Borg ship shows up and Mariner just got that handled. I feel like. Whoa!
By the way, there is the Cardassian.
Oh yeah! Oh, and it's a woman too. Thank God.
Yep.
And a captain, I think.
And no mud job.
Are those captain bars? Or are they admiral bars? That's the question, right? Because
could be either.
I
mean, I don't know which.
I saw the making of before I saw that. Does she have is she got a blue spoon or not?
A blue spoon?
You can't tell here.
You can't tell. I assume she does.
But in the making, now I got to go find the damn making of shots. Did they have? I didn't realize it was a female in the making ofs because they can look kind of.
Well, it might have been the other one that was in the background of that.
Can we talk about the security guy that's standing?
Yeah,
in the
one in
background
the
of shot, the one that's staring right at the camera. Can we talk about that guy?
That guy was just like, it was his big day on set. He's like, I made it! I did it, guys!
Star Trek, Mom!
Wait, is that a dedication plaque over there on the? Did
yes,
they put a
that
dedication?
was we've been waiting to never get close enough to actually read what's on there.
That's it's the dedication plaque for Deck 4. I mean, what is?
I think it's
the whole building has.
This is the ensign. The ensign came conference room.
This is the. Ensign one pip.
The Ensign Kim bulkhead.
That's a good bulkhead.
David Henderson
Didn't
has
he
a good
die
point.
from a bulkhead breaking?
Didn't the bulkhead kill him? The vertical red stripe means not an admiral, so that was a captain. Interesting. So I just noticed that in their rank insignias, they have bars now, and I just was like, so does that mean you're like a rear admiral if you got bars? Like, I just feel like the whole because we've only seen bars in pips when it was, upper brass.
Yeah. You want consistency in your Star Trek costumes? What? How dare you?
We got our Delta Shield, right? That's relatively consistent.
They may have some designs less than, but once they're out there, they're fairly, until the dresser forgets the pip or puts the extra pip on her.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Is he an ensign or a non-com? Okay. Yeah.
Just put whatever on there and put them in the back of the corner of the shot.
Yeah, because they had an opportunity to play around with that with Chief O'Brien, right? Because technically he wasn't an officer. Right. So his insignia was different for a little bit there, or at least while he was on DS9. Because when he was in a transporter pip, he had like a little piece of pip. I don't know. It was weird. We don't talk about transporter room O'Brien. We don't talk about that because
transporter O'Brien. That's a different O'Brien. That's a totally different.
This is twins.
Yeah.
That's Michael O'Brien.
Twin. Right, and people just called him Chief. That was like his nickname. Hey, Chief, how's it going? That was. Yeah, it wasn't a rank thing. It was a different.
Was Michael?
Do you think O'Brien duplicated himself every once in a while on the transporter just for funsies? He's just hanging out in that room all day.
There's the meme cartoon. What is it? O'Brien in the transporter, where he's
O'Brien at work. O'Brien at work. Yeah.
O'Brien
which was of course referenced in Lower Decks. A lot of people don't. I don't know if
at the end.
that.
The statue at the end.
Yeah, that's right. That was O'Brien at work.
I'll see your 50-foot Spock and raise you a 50-foot O'Brien.
Golden O'Brien.
We did. I forgot about that.
Sounds
like an award that people would get at the end of the year in Starfleet. The Golden O'Brien. Golden
O'Brien.
I would flip my shit if they actually. Larry, dang it! We gotta get.
I wonder if the Golden O'Brien survived the burn.
We need.
I was going to say, are we actually going to visit that planet that they're all on at the end of that episode of Lower Decks in Discovery? That they go down there, it's like the kindergarten room, and they have 50-foot Golden O'Brien. Burnham's
that would be amazing.
So I asked,
who's this guy?
And I don't know if anybody else has any other details on this. When that episode came out, I had shot a note to Mike McMahon about that, and I was like, "Hey, how?" Because it said the distant future, and I was like, "Is this farther than the Discovery future, or do you have a date in mind?" And he said, "No, they don't have a date in mind, but yes, it was farther than the Discovery future." So
interesting.
There you go. That's the answer to that. So but that doesn't really give us much of an answer, but it's an answer.
Guys, I got a jet. It's been great. I'm sorry I have to leave, but
it's nice of you to say.
But I got a dog that's got to be fed and go outside. So what can you do? But have a great rest of the time, and thanks for having me for a little bit. It was great. I'm glad I missed the Klingon dicks. That's all I got to say.
Well, we all actually mixed them, but yeah,
they always do.
It wasn't like a visual or anything.
It's a redundancy.
Oh, I see what you did there, Kennedy. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, Bill.
See you, Bill.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then there were 7.
That's right.
Who's next? Who's going next?
We have Jesse.
Oh no! Oh wait, I have the thing. Look at it. It's right here.
You do the Trek Alliance. Okay. Whoa! Put the Christmas hat on it. Yeah.
Only a fool fights at a burning house. What do you? Okay.
Who's the logo framing though? The little figure in the background. Who's?
That would be Lucia Dax.
Dax photobombing the logo is.
Okay, coming in quick.
Okay.
There we go.
Now do a DS9 finale shot pullback. Oh, you're okay. Out of frame. Fix it in post. It's okay.
Brandy, I just realized
we're now in season 7 of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, right. Brandy, I just realized
they
that
treated her just as much respect.
Is Ethan Peck and not Zachary Quinto, and now I've been trying not to stare at it because.
Oh, I stare at it frequently. That's why he's here.
I go watch video streams of Brandy just to look at that picture of Ethan Peck.
And I get to see it every day.
Glorious.
You got to put some Christmas lights around him. You got to put some lights around him to kind of get.
I'll put some lights.
No.
Yeah.
No, nothing is going near him that could possibly set him on fire, or crumple him, or dent him, or anything. He is going to stay pristine.
The burn.
The
only thing I will say about that is it's not Ethan Peck with the beard, which makes me very upset.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, if there was an Ethan Peck with a beard, full-size standee, I would freaking have it.
You'd think they'd have
be
that. He wore the
laminated.
beard for almost the whole season.
Yeah.
It would be laminated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be.
Textured.
It would be behind glass.
Texture it.
Yeah.
He's
already on fire. Haha, get it because it's hot. What's happening? Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
After you just disrespected her character by throwing her across the room.
She's now on top of her action figure person.
It'd be great if she came back as Ezri. He just like.
Oh god! If it was an Ezri stand-in, I would have fucking lost it, yo.
Yeah,
I would have lost it if it was an Ezri standee. I would have lost it.
That would have been great. I wish.
Just line up some random action figures that are generic things, and look, here's Audrey, and here's
Tobias.
Tobias, yeah.
Well, we have two more trivia.
Let's go.
13 minutes and two more trivia.
Yeah,
They're not redundant at all.
We have to. It's like I don't think.
Okay.
Nobody's waiting to use this channel afterwards, but yeah, I want to keep it roughly.
There's not a line.
There's no line.
That's a big cue. Let us in.
Not yet. No, there are times if we were on Twitch that we would have to take off because there are enough shows that we bump up against somebody. Yeah. So Ian, if you are ready in the chat room, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, Chris Gavin's ready.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Chat alert. Yep. Chat alert.
Oh, thank you. All right. This is for the Picard pins, the La Serena ship's head thing.
If only we had a picture of them you could show.
Do you have a picture of them? Do you have a picture?
You have them.
Very
the
nice.
mini Delta and the family crest.
Family crest.
So, I can't make them much bigger, unfortunately, because that was like putting them all on one screen.
The Picard family crest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Why is he whipping his shirt belt?
Archer.
When did Archer turn into the Penguin?
That did get a little penguin at the end.
Damn.
It's the only way he got elected president of the Federation.
I'll get you, Vulcan's Merciful.
And your little
And your little dog.
I wanna rock climb.
Polo Shimono.
This is what happens when we talk for 3 hours. Like Jesse turns into whatever.
The penguin.
Yes. All right.
Action figure ventriloquist. Okay.
One question and like one more after that. Okay. Captain Picard has an artificial heart because a member of what species stabbed him?
Oh, those bulls.
Yes.
You want to play Domjot Human?
Oh, that was a fast answer there.
That was pretty
great.
That was Ollie's thing. He always says it. Anyway,
Because Picard, being so young, was like, I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
Yeah, I want that show. Can we get young Picard? That's the Kelvin timeline movie that I want. Like, get me like
Only
young Picard.
if
The thing is with that
Hardy
episode,
gets to play
it's also problematic because old Picard sleeps with the young cadet girl. It is problematic for me. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Yeah, that is.
but he's really young when he's doing it. He's not old. But okay. They couldn't afford Tom Hardy to come in and.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He would also have been like 12, I think, when that happened.
Did it ever strike? Did it ever strike anybody that Kirk and Picard's development was like exactly opposite?
Yeah.
Picard starts off as this wild guy, and then he calms down, and Kirk starts off as the stack of book with legs, and then he becomes the cowboy.
I also love this other little tip is we see pictures of like Picard and running the Stargazer, and he still has like the hair, and he's still got like a little whiff of hair. But then when we go back in Nemesis, when we see the Tom Hardy Picard, he's like completely bald. So it's just like
He lost a bet.
He had his hair when Jack Crusher died.
I agree with Kennedy. It was a lost bet. Very college, very dormitory lifestyle. Him and his
I was making fun. I was like, "You'd look rather stupid, Picard, without your hair." He's like, "Oh, I'm never losing my hair. It's never gonna happen. I don't know why I'm Sean Connery whenever I do Patrick."
The 24th century. How does anyone lose their hair?
No, he was a damned fool, very much in need of seasoning. Yeah, that's what we refer to it.
What drives me nuts is basically it's the filmmakers that they won't get it if he's not.
Yeah, well, that's what it was.
They won't
Right.
understand.
He has to be
Although
bald.
it was really close.
Just congratulations to Dr. Treksgiving. Again, I'm talking.
Dracorex.
Thank you. Yay! Who won the card bet? All right. And then what? Yes. Go ahead and Ian will tell you. Like, you can either email us or if you want to send us a message online, that's fine. So, do we want to do the last one now, or do we want to wait to the very end?
I don't mind. I don't. I mean, it's up to you.
Well, my clock says 2:47, so I don't know.
Maybe we
if
should.
that means...
Yeah, let's do it now, and then we can dip out whenever we need to. Then, like the Cerritos. All right. So this last one is for the Delta badges, and we try to come up with one that was not. It is hard, but not hard. I don't know. We'll see if anybody gets the answer, and if not,
you better flash people to remind them how much this is all worth it.
Yeah, you gotta tell them. You gotta show them. Yeah. I'm actually jealous for when that women at Warp, the women of Star Trek, when Women at Warp. Sorry, one of your podcasts.
You were right the first time.
Those would be cool. So we have the Discovery Command badge. We've got the Voyager badge and the Picard badge.
Full size.
Full size. Yep, all three of them full size.
The $23.99 badge. Okay.
I'm sure everybody here knows this, but that song is actually what was played on the flute that his son in that episode was playing in the original.
Really? Oh shit.
Yep. If you go back and it's weird, I'm like, wait, the Picard theme is playing because I was just watching it.
That's why Jay Chataway kept getting a music credit.
Super lazy is what you're telling me. It's just like I don't know.
I love how they choose to credit and pay some people and then not choose to credit.
Yeah.
Or add credits to songs.
You're throwing that shade right now, Larry. Getting hot. Okay.
Add lyrics to songs that don't really ever require the lyrics.
Dark. I don't know what happened in the shade.
He did that for TAS too. So TAS was.
Did he do that
he tweaked something that allowed him to also get like half the pay of what the person who did the TAS music got. Yeah.
Wow.
That seems nice.
Yes. All right. So this final
Gene
question
was perfect. He was perfect in every way.
Oh no. So, according to the results of the 2013 Star Trek Las Vegas convention, what was the seventh best Star Trek film ever? Seventh best.
I heard this. I got this question right the first time. I was very proud of
you. You could probably just guess what the seventh.
I love this question, by the way. It's
a great question.
We're waiting to watch what happens in the chat room.
Yeah, this is interesting.
There are even some folks in the Star Trek pantheon who would put it first.
Hey, there's the answer. I see it.
Oh yeah.
We got one.
Corey.
Yes. That's hilarious.
Yes, it's a Galaxy Quest.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that was.
That was the year everybody in the panel room was drunk. So no.
That was also where they put Star Trek Into Darkness at the bottom, and I'm like, have you seen Nemesis? Have you seen Nemesis?
I would say that Into Darkness is worse than Nemesis.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I would
name. Okay. Right. Now.
Yeah, and I would say Nemesis is worse than Insurrection, surely, but I would definitely put Into Darkness underneath. No,
It's fair.
How the fuck are you gonna not cast an Indian person to play Khan? You had a second chance to do it right. Like, what the fuck? Don't give me Idris Elba. I don't give a shit how fine he is. Don't do this.
You see, and what makes it worse is they try to explain it in the comics as quite literal whitewashing. Like they literally like
they literally genetically changed his look in order to blend in, I guess, with white people. I don't really know. It was really weird. In the comic, it was really weird.
Ridiculous.
Not
Well, they were trying to put lipstick on a pig, so you know.
So here's
all they
had to do with that story.
I will say the reason that Nemesis goes lower is the treatment of Troy in that. That one I'm also not all about.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah, that was again very problematic.
You need to blame Shinzon for that, and not.
Poor Tom Hardy.
And I blame the writers for that, actually.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what are we gonna do with Troy? Let's just have her be assaulted.
Question for the panel. What do you think is the best one? So I guess what is our favorite Star Trek movie?
Probably just Into Darkness is probably mine.
Fight me.
Stid. It'll always be Stid to me.
Stid.
Stid. That's how. Yeah.
I think it could have made a simple change and just had like it would be Khan, and then suddenly find out it wasn't Khan or something like that, where he's just
my change would have been like it's Gary Mitchell. Just make Khan Gary Mitchell, and that like makes it way more interesting.
Or just make him a character, whatever his original name was. They didn't need to make him
John
Superman.
Yeah, John Harrison or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For best, I would say First Contact and then Undiscovered Country.
Mine
Undiscovered Country?
Yeah.
6.
It's 6. Yes. Final Frontier is 5. Whew. Yes, 6. My First Contact because it was just rad all the way around. And I would put Final Country. Whatever.
Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Final Contact Country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Undiscovered Contract.
Undiscovered
Final Conflict.
The search for the wrath of the final country.
Yeah, exactly.
Undiscovered Contract was when they wrote Spock out, but then he came back. So they found it.
And then they found him again. The search for the final contract.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think for me, there's like the best and the favorite because I think there's two different things. Because I would probably agree that First Contact is the best, of like that era, or it's a tie between that and Undiscovered Country. But my favorite is still the motion picture. I saw it in theaters. I was just blown away by the special effects. They had like the making of the behind the scenes stuff on HBO all the time, and it was just part of what got me interested in doing special effects and ended up me coming to LA. So it's kind of part of my DNA at this point. And it is a little boring in places.
It's like you merged with Ilea and Decker.
I still love watching the ship scene. Like I'm a ship guy, so it's like having that 5 minutes of flying around. It's
5 minutes.
Amazing.
5 minutes. Try for 45 minutes of flying around.
No, I like the ship porn. Give me more ship porn. Don't cut away to Kirk's face. I don't care how he's reacting.
You gotta see it. He's gotta be.
It's not that even it was ship porn. That was the reward. This was the first fucking movie that ever came from a dead TV show with a huge budget. That's a reward for everybody that helped get them back. That's here's your 10 years of waiting and petitioning and screaming at us and screaming at the network and being out there and going through all those. It's a little movie. It's a big movie. It's a TV series. It's going to be a little movie. It's a bigger TV series. Now it's a movie. Yeah. Okay, maybe not the movie you wanted, but it's there. I mean,
right.
That's what that scene is about.
It seems like Kirk did well enough.
She's a handsome. She's a handsome lady, as they say.
Yeah.
I wish I could kiss her on the mouth or whatever it is that Boimler said.
I could hug her and squeeze her and kiss her on the.
I would still say that First Contact and Undiscovered Country are the best ones because Voyage Home was probably like a favorite. Like, I don't care what anybody says about any character ever. Like, don't you ever say anything against Uhura because that bitch speaks whale. Okay, she speaks Whale. She said, oh, got him, sir. We had to compensate for some of the subspace frequency, but we yeah, we got him.
The director notes on that. Michelle, more whale, more whale. Yeah.
The people turning in.
Fandom,
Just
there be
now.
whales here. Okay.
Oh, let me guess. They don't have money in your century? Well, we don't.
You're not the hell, you're whales.
We don't have whales
Well,
either.
in this century, you're not gonna get a dang cup of coffee. So
That's right. Well, a double dumbass on you. These are some
Right.
great classic things. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I would agree with Kennedy though. My
his head's not the answer. Sorry, I gotta throw some.
Yeah.
Do it with less of an
I would agree.
organ.
Star Trek Country First Contact, but I would toss in Star Trek Beyond into the top
Also
movie
good.
list. By the way,
I would have to give it to the 2009 reboot because I was one of those Trek people that was like, I'm not watching that. This is stupid. Why would they reboot it? Nobody asked for this. And then I watched it and was ready to sign up for Starfleet. I was like, yo, where do I sign up? Who
I'm
do I
in,
call?
I'm in.
Where's my
Also, the
recruitment
first
office?
Star Trek movie to win an Oscar for I believe makeup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I know Westmore is like, son of a bitch.
I'm still my biggest Oscar snub is that freaking Star Trek Beyond lost its makeup Oscar to freaking
Yes.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes.
That is
That was just
Absolutely.
wrong.
Not right.
Yeah.
And fortunately, a lot of the outside world thought the same thing too. So
I'm about to say a lot of people have a lot of issues with Suicide Squad. It's true.
Yeah, there's just
I say we try and get
what
the
is this?
vote
Some sort of
overturned
Suicide
and
Squad?
get that
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah. Did they certify that
Retroactively.
vote on the
Yeah.
on that? Too soon for those jokes. Okay, so I would say
We were all thinking it. We were all
Oh, yeah,
thinking
I
it.
know. It's okay. I had to say it. There it is. I would say I agree that in terms of best, if we're talking strictly in terms of best film, I would probably put Undiscovered Country at the top. First Contact, I would think is kind of in there. Wrath of Khan, I think, is always like a big fan favorite, and it is very, very well done.
Not even in my top 5. Sorry.
But I would argue that in terms of my current one, that if I want to watch a Star Trek movie and I want to put one on right now, and this may be controversial, but the one I'm going to right now is Star Trek Beyond. That's the one I go to. I like that movie a lot. I saw it in theaters, and I saw it in theaters several times. I thought it was very good. I thought it was all the issues that they had in Inner Darkness. I felt like they completely course corrected everything, and people didn't give that movie enough chance. And so, yeah, that's what I feel about.
Yeah, my only problem with Beyond is honestly it should have been the second movie because like
Yes,
Kirk is a
yeah.
bit too jaded at the top of that because it's like has to be the third movie.
Yeah.
But like if you just remove that Kirk's a little bit too jaded and slot that in at the second film, that Beyond works perfectly as the second movie.
Yes, Beyond should have been the second movie, and I think we would have probably had a lot more Kelvin franchise films if it was the second. But such is life. Instead, we got White Khan, so Juan is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Forget that name. Don't give me that
Instead
face.
of the wrath of Khan, it's the passive aggression of Khan.
Oh, there it is.
The audacity of Khan.
The privilege of Khan, I think, is
The
what
audacity.
privilege of Khan.
Oh God!
Khan asked to see the manager. You know.
Oh,
The Karening.
Oh my God, guys!
But at least we
getting
know
locked
what
this
the
one.
canon Kelvin universe woman's brassiere looks like. We've got a perfect cosplay reference plate right there.
That scene is so bad. Oh my God!
it's problematic. Okay, once again,
Star Trek is problematic.
Yeah, it's got a lot of problematic things going on.
I'm gonna leave you with this because it's 6 o'clock where I'm at, and I gotta pee.
Oh my God!
The most problematic thing you'll find about Trek, as much as we love it, right? Because I'm a cradle Trekker. I grew up with it, like many people, and I will fight somebody if they ever try to say anything bad about it. But the one thing we have to remember is that it's like boldly go where no one has gone before, and yet 90% of the planets that they visit got people on them. Like if that ain't some colonizer shit, I don't know what is. We're gonna go and explore. Oh, there's people here. We can't talk to them because of the Prime Directive, but it's been explored and settled.
Like,
I think we're good.
Y'all need any replicators? Yeah.
No, you don't need. Do you guys have dilithium? You don't have any. Okay, I just wanted to check. We're running low, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, sure. You sure wouldn't want us to invade you for your dilithium? It'd be weird.
No, we've got
kind of manifesting my destiny in regards to your dilithium. So let me get him.
Hypo spray for your dilithium.
How can you say that after a perfect textbook episode like Friday's Child? Come on, you wind up.
Friday's Child, one of the best. Yeah.
They were that close to like trading beads for
Kennedy's
the
leaving.
Rights.
Bye, Kennedy.
Bye, Kennedy.
Oh,
it's also 3 o'clock. I think we all pretty much.
We all should probably.
Yes, it's.
You can find me at that Mikey chick. That's that's MikeyChick. Follow me. Don't act up in my comments though, because I will block you and then drag you publicly. You can find my work at Black Tribbles. You can find at Women at Warp. You can find at Your Away Team. Everywhere you can find podcasts on social medias and the whole schmear. Bye, guys. This has been fun. Thank you so much, Aaron, for putting this together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet all of you as well.
This is now twice in a couple of months. This is awesome.
I know. It's fabulous. We're besties now.
Oh, we were besties.
Okay, bye.
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 Right. Well, should we kind of do the same thing and just?
We kind of left
the
first folks out, but yeah.
Well, yeah. If you what I'm going to do later is if you go to trekalliance.org, I'm going to update that with just a list of all of us and where you can find us and link to it. So
cool.
So that will
So
be
you know where
so
to
you can
go.
see the
Easy.
Great. Yep. All right. So Ketwalski, want to start us off and go around?
What am I saying? Just where to find me?
Where we can find you? And
yes.
your-
No,
your
you can
Prime
don't
message, I guess.
Don't
You
tell
can find me,
Ketwalski. No one needs
In
to
the
find
chair
Ketwalski.
behind the mic.
Yeah, you can find me at Jesse Gender at Twitter. No,
We're actually the same person, but just
yes.
switching genders. That's what it
that's
is.
true. Have you ever seen us in the same room before? Think about it. Okay.
Well, Ketwalski,
well,
you're actually Alex Kurtzman, though, right? I'm pretty
That's
sure
true.
saw
I
that
am
in your
Alex Kurtzman in
comments.
disguise. Yeah, actually, every time I have my detachable beard, it's on the floor, but that changes my whole.
Did you get fired over the holiday weekend? No.
Well, I got fired and then rehired. It's a very
okay.
Yeah, it's a
You
very
punched a
quick stop.
TV though.
It's
when
his
someone-
Star Trek Thanksgiving
Totally, yeah.
tradition. Yeah.
That's true. That's an 80-inch OLED television. I punched my hand right through it. That's part of all the traditional things. But yeah, no, you can find me on Twitter at RealKetwalski. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Steve/Ketwalski. And then you can find me on Facebook, Ketwalski Facebook group. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. It was a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we can do this again. I have another holiday coming up too. We can also.
That's true. There's another one. That's right. And I got the perfect sweater for it. So
The Gratitude Festival. No,
Yeah, gratitude festival. That would actually be a really great holiday.
Eldor Joy, everyone. Sorry.
yes.
Yeah, and actually, you guys are all going to be in. You're all in my holiday thing too. All
That's
all
right.
6.
That's
Yes.
right, we
I'll
are.
have you.
And I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, Larry, I'm looking at you.
I haven't
All the
forgotten.
other folks here have gotten me their footage.
I wasn't gonna. Don't get me started on this week. But okay, yes, I'm good.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Also, I just spoiled some
you all
cameos
mid-sentence
coming up in
warning.
my holiday
What?
thing to the 40 people in the chat. You know, some cameos in my upcoming video.
that's right.
It's who's next.
Real quick. I'm getting a message in my ear. It is Commander Jack Deadman, and he's telling me that to remind people to subscribe to Outpost 13. You can go to Outpost 13 here, and we also have Outpost 13 on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/Outpost13, and we have all sorts of improvised shows. We have game shows. We have the Improvised Generation, which is a TNG era Star Trek improvised show. It's a new show that's made up on the spot every week at the
Narrative
regular length of it.
improv.
Yes. Yep. With returning characters, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, and that's at 2:00 on Saturdays, 2:00 Pacific. So yes, but if you get a chance, please subscribe. We're trying to kind of build out our
That
channel.
subscribe button. Make sure I get fed. I only get fed if Outpost 13's subscribe button gets hit. So
The kibble
Gotta
release
slam it.
goes when you hit subscribe.
Slam it.
Slam it. That was easy.
Who's next?
Well, I'll go. Larry Nemechek on Twitter, Larry Nemechek on Facebook, LarryNemechek.com for all the things. 1 o'clock Pacific Tuesdays for Trekland Tuesdays Live. All the things I said. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern for Life Support Live with Dr. Ali and Dr. Trek. One of us is a real doctor. Yes, and the Portal 47 open house is coming up December 9th. It's free. David Carson, the director of Generations and Yesterday's Enterprise and the DS9 pilot, is the big guest. We'll have door prizes. And I have a Cyber Monday special. You can go to LarryNemechek.com right now and see all about it. Yay! Woo! Cool. Yay. Woo! Awesome. Thanks for doing this, Aaron. This has actually turned out way better than I thought it would.
That's a backhanded compliment.
Wow.
Backhanded compliments.
Backhanded compliment.
I lost money on a bet on how this would turn out.
Better than no compliments at all.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
That was a Brandy has opinions.
You can find
Not
me,
I had nothing to say.
So you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Kertrats, Kertrats. It's just Star Trek backwards. Everyone who keeps asking me how to spell it. YouTube.com/Kertrats Productions and Positively Trek. Find that podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And that's it. Me and Bruce are on that. So
Yes. Brandy. And I actually have graphics for Brandy and me because this is also our StreamYard for Infinite Trek.
Wow, favorite.
Pretty.
Had I not been dealing with technical issues, I would have put that in for everybody, but it was like running to the finish line to get us
likely story, Aaron. Right.
It's a pilot. It's a pilot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't you guys just let me be special this one time, please?
Why is Spock smiling in this one? I don't get it.
I get a graphic.
Yes. I'm going to be replaced with another captain when we come back for the next one.
But you'll come back. You'll get your own show in 50 years. So
Great. Fantastic.
Played by another Aaron Harvey.
Brandy, where can we find you?
The thing's on the screen right here, and it's easiest to find just to follow me on Twitter because I will post about everything that I do. But I do a show with that guy on Saturday nights that I talked about earlier called The Unready Room, which we do it live at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah, I said Mountain Time. Figure it out your own damn selves what that means to you.
Yay, Mountain Time.
Yeah, why don't you put it in Zulu hours while you're at it? That'll be
No.
I can never just forget.
Wait, Zulu hours.
I've gotten multiple
Military
messages saying like, I've gotten multiple messages saying that we need to put that in GMT because blah blah blah, and I'm like, I have no idea.
Stop at me.
It's Pacific +8. I know that.
You can ask Siri.
Yeah, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, you
There
have
you
a
go.
phone that can show you time zones, okay? So if you can't figure it out your own damn self, I cannot help you. So
I
7
already put it
p.m.
in 2 time
Mountain
zones, but I don't
Time,
listen
Saturdays.
to them, so.
They have pretty mountains, but they don't have good Wi-Fi in the mountain zone. So I try to help.
No. We've got that giant Wi-Fi booster in southern Utah now that looks like a monolith. So we're golden. Anyway, so you can find
you haven't dropped out since that was discovered. So
I know, right? I haven't frozen one time this time.
There it is.
So,
That's
and
true.
then you can go find my podcasts on Hello Sweet Media and darkcornerpodcast.com, and the live shows we've already talked about for him and him. So there we go.
Very good. Yeah, very good. On your Zoom choreography, yeah.
Thank you.
And you can find me at
Because you can
Geek Filter.
Oh, look at that! Look at it. You
Instagram.
get your own one.
You just happen to have these two available, right?
Yeah, he does. He does these every Infinite Trek. So yes, they were available. Oh my god!
Infinite Trek is at 1 p.m. Mountain, so you can figure that out. Or when it's off.
Mountain. Enough with the mountain.
Yes.
So yeah, please join us. Subscribe to Outpost 13. Subscribe. I have not been drinking. Subscribe to Trek Geeks as well. We have lots of podcasts there, and Infinite Trek comes out as an audio podcast a couple days later after we do it on live.
On live.
Do it live.
On live, whatever.
But that's
Live
not all
online.
that's been happening on the network this week.
I haven't reported myself. All right. This is.
Oh, that's a deep cut, Larry. Deep
Oh
cut.
wait, is that your voice on Trek FM?
No.
No,
No. That way
because we were all on
me.
Trek FM.
There's at least 3 of us going through PTSD now. Just like, oh.
I'm sorry.
I need a huggable Spock. Will someone make a plushy Spock, please? I really just need that.
Just
in my
hug the
life.
cardboard gently. Yeah.
I'm afraid I'll break you.
Well, you can make him 3D. You could bend it around the edges.
Oh,
He'll bend, but
I
he
know.
won't break.
I'll commission my brother-in-law to print me a 3D statue of Spock. Because he has like 3 or 4 3D printers for printing droid parts, and so I'm pretty sure he could build me a Spock.
I'm sure he could. Yeah.
Gonna build
Full
you
size,
Spock.
life size. Yeah.
Gonna dum dum dum. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. This was...
Hey, you haven't. You can promote me.
Jesse?
Jesse, what is this?
Well, he was confused because I pretended to promote you earlier. That's the
That's true.
I might have.
I'm double dicking.
Could have totally.
Oh, you're double dicking. Typical Jesse, double dicking.
Oh, man.
Tricky Dick Jesse. That's what they call you.
You're not redundant.
Yeah, it is redundant. Cat Walsty is just a redundant Jesse gender. Yeah,
That's true.
you can find me at Jesse Gender on all the social medias, mainly Twitter, where I'll drunkenly rant about capitalism at some points, probably. And then I have a YouTube channel as well, Jesse Gender, surprisingly, where I talk about LGBTQ issues and social and political issues in Star Trek and other science fiction geekery stuffs, but mainly Star Trek, because, of course. Oh, I also have a podcast, too, called What the Frel with Council of Geeks, where we rewatch Farscape, which is entirely too silly for this show.
Too silly. That doesn't even look like a left turn sign. All right, too silly.
I had a neighbor who was in Farscape that I didn't know until it actually just showed up. I'm like, wait, that's Nick. I was like, what are you doing there? So he's an Australian actor.
Making a paycheck. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He looked very much like kind of a soap opera character, like the long blonde kind of, Fabio sort of hair and stuff. It was pretty funny.
These are the Farscapes of our lives.
Yes.
One more. I never mentioned my YouTube channel. I was late to the game. So the last 6 months I've been promoting my channel. It's more than just a dumping ground. There's actually live stuff there every week now. So go.
Go.
What do we do with it, Nick? We slam it?
We slam that like button. Just smash it.
See, no like button has been slammed until you do it. So okay.
Oh, that's true. You got to smash that like button. Smash that subscribe
that
button.
like-
Be sure to hit
those
that
buttons
bell.
are not
Punch the
redundant.
bell.
Hit that bell, yeah.
That was easy. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks.
screw you guys.
Everybody had
Hate you
a
all.
lot of fun, and like I said, I'm gonna try to get this to become a semi-regular thing and rotate people around. Maybe do some themes, like we'll talk about starships, or we'll talk about women in Trek, or gay and lesbians, whatever. So
There's no gays
Maybe-
or lesbians in Star Trek. Come on.
60s shows that were not Star Trek. That would be a thing.
you're right.
That's true. Yeah. Let's talk about.
That's interesting.
We'll do a whole
The
thing.
Farmer's
on
Daughter with
Smart
William
episode.
Wyndham. My World and Welcome to It with William Wyndham. No,
Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody out there in the audience. Thank you for joining us. If you
Yay,
if you
chat.
won, yes, thank you very much. And if you won pins, we will be getting information from you shortly and get those out. Yes.
the Kern jokes are still going. I love this.
I know, this is great. Well, thank you very much.
Everything.
Live long and prosper, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Prosper.
Bye. Hope you
Trek
had a
well.
wonderful Thanksgiving. Trek well.
Sarcastic Vulcan salute.